Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first live stream show, whatever you want to call it, Council of Creators. And I'm here with Joypad Jake, 3W, who came up with the name, by the way, and Mike, who has never been on the channel. We've never actually spoken outside of Twitter, I don't think. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good today?
Oh, yeah. Doing great.
Oh, yeah. I like it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Doing great, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a crazy day. I had an interview today for a job potential. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm about to leave my job after 12 years on Friday. So,
wow.
Yeah. Consistent stability. And it's going away. It's unfortunate. But moving 12 hours, you can't take it with you. Oh, well. Okay.
Unless it flies.
Thank you.
It's a travel.
Yeah, well, I wish it could. I work remote from home, but they're like, nah. I'm like, whatever. Okay, whatever. Taking a leap of faith here. So when I was talking to guests, Mike over here said, I don't know much. I don't know about Ahsoka. Are you not watching it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I honestly have just been too busy, so I haven't had the chance to start Ahsoka yet.
Okay.
I'll probably catch it by the time the first season ends.
Oh, but by the time it all ends, like just binge it or whatever. Yeah, I don't blame you because I hate waiting, especially after this week's episode. I'm like, I hate waiting.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, so he had mentioned Aquaman 2, which like we are getting a trailer finally tomorrow. Since you brought it up, Mike, what was the thing you wanted to discuss, or what was your thoughts? Like, what was the thing that like I got to talk about this?
Well, there's a couple things.
Okay.
One, okay, it's now September. We have about 3 months, and they're only now starting the marketing campaign for Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of the writers and actors strike, there's promotion for this movie is going to be tricky. But I'm at least glad that we're finally getting some new footage, which is nice compared to just absolute radio silence up until now.
I mean, that's a fair point because, like, before Monday, they really went, "Oh, by the way, why announce Monday, or was it Sunday? Might have been Sunday.
I think it was
Sunday
like
is when they said it.
Yeah, Sunday night they dropped that like 30-second teaser.
Good job with the blue. Good job. I was like, what just happened? Yeah, why announce Sunday? You're dropping a trailer Thursday. Like, usually it's like the next day, like teaser trailer, then boom, like the trailer's tomorrow, dropping tomorrow. Why Thursday? Is there like, I wonder if there's like a specific reason, or if like they don't have the trailer complete, so like, okay, we're gonna push it out.
Could have been it.
Here's the better question. Okay. Why didn't Warner Brothers attach this to The Nun 2? Maybe it is because of what you said. Maybe the trailer just wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, or better yet.
Didn't they like have 4 years to prepare for this movie?
Yeah. I hope this isn't a similar situation to Fan 4 Stick, where like only like I think only like one teaser and then one trailer came out, and then nothing else came out in trailers because there were no more good scenes.
Or they were showing scenes that weren't in the movie, and they were just like hoping that's gonna be. But
that too.
It's a good question. I also wonder too, because Marvel and DC, for the most part, the last several years, have made it apparent to have the next movie trailer in front of the one that's releasing in theaters. So why was there not an Aquaman 2 trailer in front of Blue Beetle?
Again, probably goes back to they simply weren't ready to show anything yet, or they are trying to bury this movie and just move on from the DCEU entirely.
That's fair, because it seems like they have no faith, especially after The Flash how it had a disaster of a box office and how much money they spent on marketing alone. They didn't earn that money back. They didn't earn their production back. They didn't earn any of that, marketing. So they're probably like, any marketing we do, we're not going to make back on this movie. I mean, because the amount of reshoots, how much is the production budget? Like, that's the question.
Well, I have a theory it's like over 400 million now.
Jesus.
It's possible based on how long it's been taking to get this movie made. Yeah.
And they have a lot of promotion because it's been backpedal a bunch of times. So technically, they have so much promotion that they can use from the past that the actors don't actually have to do.
Yeah, because this movie's supposed to come out like last year or something. Because it was delayed a whole year at one point.
And then it doesn't exactly help the fact that, you know, like they've been real unclear what the future is going to be as far as, you know, DC movies go. So especially since they announced their whole reset 3 movies early, you know, people have been wondering, you know, like, are these even going to matter? And that, I feel, drastically affected box office score. So it's like, okay, so there's no point in seeing these. So a lot of people were dissuaded from going to the theater.
It's a fair point because Shazam 2 like tanked, and that was 2 months after the announcement, which I felt that was James Gunn's announcement. I don't think was like to sabotage, but
it sabotaged.
It inadvertently did. And then what was funny was if you go back last year, Black Adam was considered a flop. Both Shazam 2 and The Flash did significantly worse than that.
And what he said about Blue Beetle being the movie doesn't mean anything, but the character does.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go.
And you look are blue, so you're repping Blue Beetle right now.
Yeah,
that's true. He is.
He is repping the Blue Beetle.
You can tell he's a director, not a CEO.
Well, that's why James Gunn has Peter Safran as his because he's like, I can't handle all the actual technical side of things,
which is honestly a smart choice.
I mean, because James on the Michael Rosenbaum podcast, when he was talking a few months back when he was promoting Guardians, he was like, I only signed on because they said Peter Safran was going to be working with me, because I said no when it was just me, when they asked me. And I'm like, that's a smart decision, because I don't know if James could have handled everything that a CEO has to do, especially with trying to restart a universe. How could he possibly manage that when he wants to actually make the product too? Like, it just would not be feasible.
I really hope they actually talk to Greg Berlanti, because he actually did it. He made something great for 10 years, and it's something connective too. So I would think they would take some sort of hint at how to do it.
Even too, for the most part, the stuff was easy to follow, even if you didn't watch every single show. You know, when it came to the crossovers and things like that, you would have to, if there was one show
only
you didn't
Crisis,
watch,
Crisis.
Yeah, that one really was the only one that really affected anything as far as that goes. Because
Crisis on Earth X.
Earth X did too, because of the whole wedding issue
and the death scene.
That too. Yes. But the other ones didn't really do much, because somebody in my family had watched Arrow a few years back, and I told them, I said, seasons 1 through 5, the crossover episodes that are in 3, 4, and 5, you can watch those without having to watch the other shows, and you're fine. But once you get to 6 and past that, try to watch a crossover episode without any other knowledge, you'll be lost.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair point. Yeah. That's a fair. I mean, it's going to be tricky, because now with all these DC films tanking over the last number of years, even before the announcement of James Gunn, they just, after Aquaman 1, they've been just underperforming.
Yeah.
How are they going to turn this around? Is it truly the DCEU connectivity, or is it a bigger issue with DC that general audiences are like, no? I mean, the only exception is the Batman and Joker.
Which, I mean, and I think this is unfortunate, but I feel like this kind of goes all the way back in 2011 when Green Lantern flopped, because they think, characters that are not Batman and Superman obviously, don't sell well. That's what they had in their mind. And I'm like, no, it just wasn't that great of a movie. That's why it didn't do good, not because the character's not interesting.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, a lot of those same things where they bring in an interesting character and just not the best movie, they fall under the same formula, but it seems like they don't learn.
And for a prime example of Ryan Reynolds, yet again, by the way, goes into Wolverine Origins.
Yep.
Horrible movie, but he gets redeemed in Deadpool.
Exactly.
When it's about him.
Mike, what were you going to say? You were trying to get in.
I was going to say that, honestly, the key to saving the DC reputation is everything rides on Superman Legacy. If that movie is great, it won't be like it won't be like a $1 billion success right away, but it'll be kind of like Batman Begins compared to Batman and Robin. Then the next film will be the one that's successful.
And then hopefully a lot less divisive than Man of Steel was when DCEU started.
Hopefully.
My theory is if the way he said that these movies don't really matter and really Superman Legacies is the start, I believe that one's going to be like the 700 million one.
Probably.
To see how it goes. And then it will decide from there.
And then isn't one of the series coming out before that movie?
I think we're getting Creature Commandos next year. They don't have a set release date yet, and who knows how the strike will affect that show's production.
Yes, I think there was something about they completed their voice work already, but obviously if there's any sort of like ADR, they can't do anything right now. Right. Because there's something that came out, I think, from today. There's a lot of stuff coming out about shows returning without writers and stuff, but like talk shows. But there was something about how more projects are expected to be delayed indefinitely because ADR cannot be done, and they don't want to release the product without it. So I'm like, what? Whose fault is this, guys? It's not the actors or writers. No. To the point about Superman Legacy, because I think that's a good point about the budget too. Because James always is under budget for his Guardians movies. He's made that claim, and Kevin Feige has not refuted it. So I'm wondering how much are they going to spend on the production of Superman Legacy? Because I think that's one of the biggest problems is with DC is that they spend way too much money on actually making the product. Because I mean, I think The Flash was over 200 million, and that doesn't count the 150 plus million in marketing. I think Superman Legacy needs to be under 150 easily. It's going to have.
I would agree.
Yeah, it needs to have. It's going to have the other characters. That's going to go into the budget in terms of CGI and everything. But
would you say the actors have they're kind of new, so they don't really need to be paid like
exactly? They might have it to where their contracts are like to scale to where you're going to start off on a lower set, but then as you continue on your contract, you will get paid more because the idea is we're using you more. That means it's trajectorying up. That means it's actually working. Versus paying David Cornsweet, say like pay him $10 million for this first film. That's not good because that's $10 million that goes to the technical budget because you have to have him there to film. So that's $10 million that could have been used somewhere else or not used at all.
Prime example would be like Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. His income grew each time.
Each movie.
I think it was reported he got paid $50 million or something for Civil War alone, or something.
And even for like his 5 minutes that he was in Spider-Man: Homecoming, he got paid like a crap ton for that.
That's just insane.
Yeah, and then there was that report I think of The Rock getting paid $50 million for that Christmas movie he's having coming out on Netflix, or something. It was reported that he was getting paid $50 million. I'm like, first of all, it's a Netflix movie. That means if it does go to theaters, it's getting a limited release. They're not going to make their money back for paying him that much to be in a Christmas movie. Let's be honest, will break numbers of viewership, then the next movie will break it. So, I feel like this whole idea of paying actors out the ass so much money, it's actually hurting streaming services, especially Netflix, because their only ways of earning revenue is their service. Unlike Amazon and Apple, where they can literally spend a crap ton of money, they have fuck you money, and they can make anything. And it won't matter if they don't make the money back because they make billions in sales through Amazon in terms of their actual selling products. And Apple, all they have to do is sell another iPhone and they'll make their money back plus more for making, because they have shows right now they're airing, nobody's watching. Like, I think it's called Foundation. It's on its second season or whatever. I don't know anybody who's watching that. And they're putting a crap ton of money into that show, but no one's watching. But it doesnesn't matter to them.
And see, I'm just now hearing of it.
Yeah.
Didn't they say they were spending like $100 billion in
$100 million?
$100 billion in theatrical movies. So they're
Yeah.
putting a lot of they're putting a lot of stock in entertainment, which they can afford to do because they're Apple.
That's the answer, right? They can.
I
Unlike,
was going to say, because didn't the new iPhone just get announced?
Yep.
It did, and there isn't really any difference. Oh, there's some new colors.
That's what I wondered. I was like, is there anything different about this?
They changed the lightning cable to a C cable now.
Yeah, woo. That means if you go and get the new iPhone, you get all new charging cables. Will it actually come with the charging cable? Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's just dumb.
I wouldn't put it past them to make them separate charges.
Exactly.
I didn't even mean to make a pun there, but
now that we're speaking of studios, how do you guys feel about this rumor that just keeps going around that Apple's going to buy Disney?
I've heard this rumor so many times, and while
people are biting off of the apple per se, trying to get that.
Here's the thing. While I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, each time this rumor comes up to the surface, it sounds more credible.
I mean, I think based off of the fact that the rumor keeps rolling around that Bob Iger is looking to sell ABC, any affiliates that isn't actually in the Disney brand, because they just own ABC, they own ESPN, they own certain things, but it's not really under the Disney label.
I believe more. It's the reverse of it. Disney buys Apple.
Well, Disney doesn't have that kind of money. Disney's not in the right place for it. Plus, Disney and Apple's had a great track record in terms of working together on stuff. Apple could literally right now buy Disney, probably 10, 15 times over with the amount of revenue they actually have. It's just, the question is, does Apple want to take on Disney's, all their properties? Probably yes. Are they willing to take on theme parks?
That is the question.
They have no stake in that. They've never done theme parks. Because let's say Apple buys Disney and they close down the theme parks, which is the dumbest thing ever. But if they did that, then no one would support the Disney brand that loves those theme parks, because that's one of the biggest revenue things that was bringing in money, because that thing prints cash going to theme parks. But Apple would have to even if Amazon did it, they would literally have to handle that. And that's a big task on top of handling all this IP. And that's why Disney's having a problem right now, because with Bob Chapek, who was in there for a while, he was trying to rush stuff out. He didn't care about the quality, and that really hurt the brand. Yeah. So I can see it happening, maybe.
Especially when so many of those little miniseries would come onto Disney Plus, just one after the other, after the other, after the other. Yeah. And so many of them only reached the level of mediocre. And you could tell they were just trying to get it out there for the sake of it being out there.
Just kind of rushing it. And plus, there's also projects that they actually filmed. They completed the Spiderwick Chronicles, and there's another show that they finished filming for Disney, and they're shopping it around because they're like, we're not going to put it on Disney Plus. We spent the money on it, but who cares? I mean, it also makes sense monetary-wise, because if you paid the production cost to make the show, then have someone else pay for it, and they'll pay a licensing fee. Same thing. That's what Warner Bros. Discovery was doing. Let's axe a bunch of crap for tax write-offs, and then let's start selling off stuff to other people. So, it's our thing, but if you want to license it and put it on Netflix, give us money, and that's free. That's free cash.
I feel like they should have done that before dumping all their stuff.
Like just tax write-off stuff. Yeah, I get. Yeah, because Batgirl deserved to have been shown.
I literally had that flashback. I was like, Batgirl.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right there. I was like,
the directors were talking this week about it.
Yeah, I saw that.
They literally thought Black Adam was a better thing than Batgirl. Batgirl couldn't have done any worse.
Batgirl tested the same as Black Adam before Black Adam was allowed to get reshoots.
I believe Batgirl would actually get more money than Black Adam.
I mean, it's a Bat property.
Yeah, okay? That's what I was thinking. It's a Bat adjacent character, so it probably will.
Also you have two hitters. You have what's his name?
And Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah. That's
and the fact that when he won his Oscar, that was a slap in the face of Warner Bros. You could have literally, because they could have maybe, because Batgirl literally could have came out after the Oscars where he won.
Yeah, because it was right around the time of the whale. Yeah.
Yeah. So when he wins the Oscar, that's your marketing push.
Exactly.
Like literally the winner of the Oscars, he's in this movie as the villain. Like that, and you heavily promote him in the trailers. But no, guys.
Like that would have, I mean, it wouldn't have been amazing numbers, but compared to what DC's had lately, it would have sold.
I also don't buy their reasoning that Batgirl would have ruined their reputation.
The reputation was already ruined.
They already did that.
Yeah.
Also, Morbius exists, so
that is the fairest point ever. Sony put out Morbius, and Warner Bros. Discovery's like, guys, can't do this.
There's a reason. I've said this for a year. There's a reason that movie came out on April Fool's Day.
Yeah,
I still say that Fan Four Stick is worse than Morbius.
Oh yeah, it is.
I'll agree with that. Yeah,
even though I remember more of Fan Four Stick in terms of how bad it is versus Morbius, but yes.
And Inhumans is trying to tie with Fan Four Stick.
Well, Inhumans is on its own thing. It's out there, and
I never even bothered with Inhumans.
I don't blame you. I gave it a shot. I'm stupid. I watched till the end because I had to see how it got better-ish. And that's not, I can't really say that, but
it got better, but it didn't mean it was good.
There was one particular scene that was really interesting with Black Bolt, which I'm glad that Anson Mount got his redemption a little bit in Multiverse Madness, but really he's crushing in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. He is.
Guys, mouth shut and blown up.
I have no words for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did. Because should have said he could destroy you with his mouth. Read. Okay. You
smartest man alive.
Arrogant, stupidity.
He's really not the smartest Reed alive. Well, not anymore, but he was not at the time.
And there's been so much debate too, as like who's actually going to land, the Reed Richards role, whether it's someone that's been rumored to be in contention or someone that we have no idea about yet.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. It's a hard character to get right. It really is, because I feel like the guy who did it in the movies and then the mid to late 2000s, who
Ian for something.
Yeah, yes, I can't pronounce his name. Yeah, but he actually did the role pretty good. Those movies just weren't the greatest. I mean, the first one's good, but they just needed to be done a little better. But I feel like they mostly got the roles right, except for Dr. Doom. We've never had a good live action Doom.
Yeah, no, never.
Well,
I would say he's better than the Fan Four Stick.
Yeah,
that's not saying much at all.
I feel bad for the actor who played in those first two Fantastic Four, because he's a great actor. I just feel like he just wasn't that wasn't the right written role in terms of Doom. Like I feel like he could have done, because he was great in The Runaways. He was great in Runaways.
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, I forget that too sometimes. Like, yeah, he was.
I oftentimes, like, until it's brought up in conversation, I just forget that The Runaways existed. Even I watched it back then, but it was just so, pardon the pun, it was so run of the mill that I forgot about it.
I mean, I didn't finish it, unfortunately. I wish I could have finished it, but of course I can't now. It's gone.
Should we rename this?
Oh, they took it off. They took it off Disney.
Yeah, it's off Disney. It's off Hulu.
Oh,
tax right on it. Yeah.
Oh,
what did you say?
I said, should we rename the stream Council of Puns?
The Council of Puns. Welcome, guys. So this was interesting. Yeah. So they showed off alien bodies, the Mexican Congress. I don't know what to say. It's not aliens. It's just not aliens. If you saw the photos, it's not.
I've seen the photos. I can't believe the photos.
No.
Not that I don't believe aliens are out there. I
think so. Yeah.
I just don't know if this is the proof.
If we keep going down this route, it's going to become Council of Conspiracies.
Hey, why not? Let's turn this into Council of whatever it needs to be. I think the whole notion is, I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson today on a radio show he was on, and he was asked about it, and he said, look, here's the thing. Why are we just assuming aliens that are going to come visit have the same kind of body parts that we do? Why do they have 2 arms? Why do they have 2 legs? Why do they have a head like ours? Like what specifically? Because we are so unique in terms of think about animals in our, in the animal kingdom on Earth. Besides us, who has arms and legs and heads basically like us in a sense? Gorillas, chimps. That's it. Everything else is unique and different and weird. So why would an alien be automatically looking like us? Is it the theory that, aliens actually tampered with the DNA and they made us to look like them? No, because I think there's aliens out there. Why would they look like us? Why are they not showing up with 3 heads? Why are they not showing up floating? They don't have a body. They just float. I don't know.
Yeah, it just could be like that little floating head in the little saucer.
I knew this was going to happen.
I had a feeling this was going to happen at some point.
I knew it. Tickles.
After how last week went, I was like, someone's going to do it.
Mike, we spent like an hour talking about the multiverse of Diggle, and it was a disaster. It was really funny.
The character from Chainsaw, the chick that
I think so. I think
that is
Chainsaw
funny
Man.
Because he Chainsaw Man and Chainsaw.
Yeah. Did you watch Clone Wars? Have you seen Clone Wars?
I actually haven't. This.
Come on, man.
It's a lot. There's a lot.
This is my dirty confession because even though I'm a big animation guy, I am severely behind in all the Star Wars stuff. I've only seen like the first, I guess, season and a half of Rebels.
Okay.
And I missed out on Clone Wars, but what I'm trying to do before the 50th anniversary, which is in 2027, is get myself caught up on everything.
Oh, you've got time.
I didn't think
How many movies have you seen? That's where the real
50
question.
years.
Yeah,
I've seen all the movies. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine it's like I've only seen episode 1 and 2. Like what?
Which could be 4 and 5.
That's true. It could be either or.
It could be 4 and 5 or 6 and 7 and 8.
Or he could literally said, "I've only seen episodes 6, 7, and 2." I think. Like what?
It's like,
oh god,
okay. Yeah. Good luck trying to make sense out of that.
Yeah, that would be really jarring for me. Well, also there's like different ways you can watch like the canon or whatever, or like the movies in order or something. It's like, yeah, just go in order, or just like 4, 5, and 6. Start with like the original, and then go back to prequel. Like if you're gonna watch for the first time, I would think.
And yes, even though not everybody likes to admit it, sequels are part of the canon.
Yes, they are.
Not everyone likes to say it.
No.
I get it, but they're part of the source material.
That's a pet peeve of mine of people who will kind of share, like they will cherry pick canon to their liking.
They'll decanonize anything they don't like. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not canon, or doesn't mean yeah.
And some of those non-canon things made over $1 billion.
And some of those things they would just automatically say that's the Disney era. That's not actually canon because anything George Lucas does, that's canon.
Yeah. And someone will be like, and then someone will be like, this is another timeline. I'm like, no, Star Wars does not have that.
Well, because we've had this conversation before on the streams about how people probably like, well, no, there's a difference. Like, no, there's not.
No.
Like, I get it. If you
There's
don't
a difference in production and quality, but it's all one narrative.
Like for me, I have to have acquired taste to watch Andor because it doesn't have the Jedi, Force stuff. Some the things that make it cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more focused on its world. So yeah,
exactly. That's funny. So Justin said he had to watch Inhumans after Doctor Strange 2 after losing a bet. So what? I don't want to know what kind of bet you did, but apparently it was. I'm guessing probably like who's going to pop up or something cameo wise.
Probably.
Then again, everybody thought everybody was going to show up. Now the same thing's happening for Deadpool 3.
Well, yeah,
because everyone's going to show up.
Now, if they do to Deadpool 3 what they did with Multiverse of Madness, to where like whenever they show a trailer for Deadpool 3, if they do how Multiverse of Madness teased, Charles Xavier coming back, if they show a trailer for Deadpool 3, and this is just like a random example, I doubt this is going to happen, but if you hear like Tobey Maguire in the trailer, I'm just using that as an example, the internet's going to break and the speculation's going to go through the roof, as if it's not already. So,
I mean, that's a fair point because that's what happened with Professor X.
Yeah, that's
they
what
had
I was saying.
Yeah,
that trailer broke the internet. So.
Yeah, I would know. My reaction actually got views. It actually got attention.
I hope they spoil none of the cameos in the trailer. Just make it about Deadpool and Wolverine.
And I hope also that these cameos actually make sense to the story, unlike another movie that came out this year.
Did you hear the rumor about Harry Potter being in it.
Yeah, I did see
Daniel
that.
Radcliffe, as a version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm like,
funny 'cause that's-
is it because he was shirtless and going ah?
Well, just because for years they've been fan casting him as a Wolverine.
I mean, yeah.
You're the chosen one.
Maybe that's why he's supposedly in it, is because it's the rumor.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's probably going to be like another John Krasinski thing again.
Exactly. Thank you for the super chat. What if there's a UFO like in the movie Nope that eats people? I mean, there's so many
Can't rule it out.
Nope. Thank you so
God,
much.
here we go again.
Nope. I mean, that's the point about aliens, is like, who knows? Like, who knows what they can and can't do? You know, I don't get it.
Oh,
What if they're really cockroaches?
Like in Men in Black, like there's giant cockroaches. I mean, why not?
you guys might think this is a little bit crazy, but if I one day found out that I was Superman, I would fly up to space and see if aliens existed.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you could
Do you
fly
get
onto space,
You don't get it, do you?
no, what? What am I not getting?
I would find out that aliens existed if I were Superman.
Because
Oh, you're
Superman is
an
definitely an alien.
My brain was not functioning on that joke.
I was computing. I was like buffering right there.
Like, what was that?
Yeah. At least you got it after one explanation. We didn't have to spend 5 minutes explaining.
No, I had to tell him because Superman was an alien before he died.
Well, because everyone keeps asking, like, oh, so do you think Ben 10 would win against Superman in a fight? Because like watching Ben 10 for the first time, it's like, well, because he's an alien, he could just absorb his, his DNA essentially and turn into Superman. That would be crazy. You could just turn into a version of Superman, which I don't know how that would look exactly, but why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Can you imagine like Superman forearms?
Yeah, exactly. Mike, did you watch My Adventure Superman? Did you see that show?
I did.
It was so good. So good.
I need season 2 now.
But did you enjoy it? I'm assuming.
It's my favorite modern interpretation of Superman. As much as I love Man of Steel, this show from start to finish just understood the character.
Oh yeah.
I love the animation. I love it.
The animation is gorgeous.
Yeah, the more, especially, I think what was really the biggest turning point in terms of me going, okay, I completely love this animation, is when he fought Deathstroke in episode 5. How fast he moved. I'm like, he's moving so quick because he has, of course, the Kryptonian tech, but at the same time, it's so fluid. It doesn't feel like it's rushed. So I feel like at times, Dragon Ball Z at times, like they moved way too fast to kind of comprehend what's happening.
They moved way too slow too.
Well, yeah, that too.
There were points where it was the opposite.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z at times is like, okay, we're gonna move so fast you can't really understand what's happening. Other times they're just standing there for a whole episode,
like
getting
we're
ready
just
to
gonna stand there and absorb something. And it's like we could attack you now, but we
Yeah,
won't.
because literally Goku, I think at one point had a whole episode of him getting the spirit bomb. He's gonna throw it.
Yeah, and there's like a whole point where
he's like,
I think Vegeta is in like a Super Saiyan 4 state, and he's just standing there with a big thing around him. It's like,
oh yeah,
you guys can make
or like when he
when
he went Super Saiyan 3 and it took him like half an episode to do it.
Yeah,
like he's transforming. Because I'm saying, hey Mike, hey Mike,
what's up?
What's up? What's up?
And then like the slowness happens when they like do a 3-minute match and it takes 100 episodes.
Oh yeah, like where that's the whole funny thing too. There's times where like they're like literally building up the fight, and then right before you think they're about to fight, it's like dun.
Yeah, like especially
will
they win the fight? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z Kai.
What will happen when the fight goes down between Goku and it's like find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
And then like they split the fight into like 10-20 parts.
Yes. I guess with My Adventure Superman, yes, it's confirmed. We're getting a season 2. I think they've already
about 2 years.
Really?
I hope not.
If the strike doesn't end,
the inside scoop, it's gonna take 20 years.
I mean, I feel like it's just a good time to be a Superman fan right now because you had My Adventures of Superman, you had Superman and Lois end with another great season, and then you have the movie coming in a couple of years.
Yep.
Exactly. No, Warner Bros. Cannot do a tax write-off now.
Nope.
The only time they had, there was like a certain window of time after the buyout from Discovery when they bought them out. That's why all that stuff happened in terms of tax write-offs and things being written off and removed from the services, is because they were saving money. And they were basically.
I just saw through W had to get his Burger King product placement in.
Did he? Where?
Well, technically it's coffee, but
I mean,
What is this show sponsored by Burger King?
I was going to say, did you pick up a sponsor and not tell us?
the king is going to show up behind him going, here's an Impossible Whopper. Act like it's real meat. Eat it.
Ford
I
drives
don't know
me
if
anywhere
anyone's
to
that good of an
Burger
actor.
King.
Oh, yeah, he's also promoting Ford and Deadpool and in the Arrowverse. You scab, you shill.
Still no Gotham Knights poster. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, where's the Gotham Knights poster, man? Come on.
Did anyone watch that show?
I watched up to a certain point. Like I think there's 3 episodes left. I had to
5
see what it was going to
episodes.
be about.
I watched the pilot.
Yeah, all I needed to know was how did they kill Bruce Wayne? That's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
It was a dumb reveal. It was dumb.
It was though. He was poisoned throughout over time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they so Mike, they literally because I was like, how are they going to explain this? So they were slowly poisoning him to the point where his cognitive intuition and response time was slowing down to the point where they could actually push him out of a building.
Yeah.
No, in no way does he get pushed out of the window, even though he's poisoned.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
The last thing that I heard happened was that they had what the hell's his name? The main character. They had him making out with 2 different females and basically turning him into Oliver Queen. That's the last thing I heard.
Yeah, because that was the last episode I watched. He kissed 2 different girls in the same episode. I'm like, this is definitely CW. And then that was the last episode I watched.
This is definitely CW. And it's so weird because when you look at that, and then when you look at Superman and Lois, you're like, how is this on CW?
Exactly. The Two-Face stuff. Yeah, so Harvey Dent, Misha Collins from, of course, Supernatural, he was actually really decent. I think that was some of the better stuff was when he's slowly starting to kind of unravel and realize something's going on with him and he's losing track of time. That was good. And then I've seen images of what he looks like at the finale, but yeah.
Yeah.
If it ends on a cliffhanger, there's a season 2. If it doesn't, it's an end goal.
No, if it's a cliffhanger, it's season 2, or it's Heir to the Empire movie that Dave Filoni's directing. Yeah. Either or, I think it's going to be a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Which I don't know. After this, I mean, I'm already really liking the show, but especially after this last episode that aired, it's getting me even more ramped up.
Oh yeah. Will we get Batman or other DC heroes and villains in season 2 of My Adventures of Superman?
Maybe.
Well, we had other villains from other DC heroes, so
yeah. Deathstroke's not a Superman villain.
Yeah, he's just at this point he's a general DC villain.
Yeah, because he technically he's a Nightwing Teen Titans villain, and he's like, let's go to Batman. We're gonna put him in a tank. We're gonna put him in a tank in Arkham Knight. And then we're gonna literally
villain of Arrow.
Yeah,
which I mean,
that was good.
He was one of, if not the best ones. So I will give him.
Oh
that.
yeah, no, he definitely was.
An older Slade in the Teen Titans show, not the live action, but the animated show, was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
So
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, he pretty much he's just used for whatever. I mean, and then again, I wasn't expecting in the second episode for them to confirm Amanda Waller, right? And that Slade is in the show. So at any point, they could literally introduce a new character and they don't reveal until later. Oh, by the way, that's Bruce Wayne. Just doesn't say his name, right? Because there's all those theories about that Alex character being Lex, which I don't know, but
I don't think it is. But speaking of Deathstroke, I just wanted to ask this because there's a lot of theories about like the Batman Brave and the Bold movie, and they're thinking that they're saying it's inspired at least partially by the Son of Batman movie that was animated, which of course Deathstroke was one of the main villains in that. So they're speculating if whether or not he's gonna be in this one too. I say it could go either way.
Definitely his eye will be there.
Oh yeah, I will be there too.
I mean, his eye, because he get in Son of Batman, he gets stabbed by Damian Wayne.
Yeah, and I did find it a little unrealistic that he managed to kill Ra's al Ghul in that, but whatever.
Two-Face killed Harley Quinn. I'm not sure what this is referring to, but thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure. I mean, Harvey Dent is,
you can't trust him.
He's messed up. Oh yeah, you can't trust him.
He's very Two-Faced. You never get away.
All the puns. Well, I think it's an interesting question about Deathstroke, but I think the thing is how many characters they're going to have in the Brave and the Bold. because you already have to introduce a new Batman, Damian Wayne, Talia, presumably Raish is in the mix.
Yeah.
And then are you going to introduce Nightwing?
Yeah, like how established is the Bat family going to be?
Is Tim Drake Red Robin?
Is
Do we have a
Jason already resurrected?
Are they going to retcon it and be like Damian Wayne is the first Robin?
I
hope
they
not.
don't.
I really hope not. Isn't it
3W
so
going
sad?
timeout. You're in timeout for suggesting that horrible theory.
Isn't it so sad too that so technically we haven't had a live action Robin in movies since 1997. Technically,
That
is true.
is pretty sad.
a little sad because they
very-
even though they took the cop from Dark Knight Rises and named him Robin, I'm like, this is a little much.
I'm very intrigued though because it's the first live action Damian Wayne.
Yeah,
We have never actually I would say like when I was watching, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, which were arguably the worst Batmans, I did like Robin.
yeah.
He did have,
The only thing that was weird about it, and I just noticed this when I went back and watched Batman Forever recently. The characterization of Dick Grayson is really weird in that because, I think he was like 24, 25 when he was playing that role in the first one. And like, this is a guy that clearly looks like he's an adult. So when a grown man's parents die, you typically wouldn't move in with a stranger right after that happens.
It's a fair point.
And they also couldn't, have it be an actual kid because, that would have sent some really conflicting messages throughout the time. During the time about having this 13-year-old going out and fighting crime.
Yeah,
Yes.
now that's a little bit more accepted, especially after Kick-Ass did
that's true.
a good job with
Kick-Ass.
it.
Yeah,
I
and then
still-
especially
I
like
still get to
after
see those-
like I was gonna say,
I
especially
still
after
yet to see
Logan.
those movies. Yeah, I'm not seeing them.
I mean, shoot, look at what they did in Logan. The 12-year-old girls massacring people.
That
left and
okay.
right.
That's a good point. X-23, Daphne Keane crushed it.
Yeah. Which there's rumors that she's apparently coming back too, which I would love to see that.
All the rumors.
Same.
At this
and
point,
she's
Batman's going to show
older
up.
now.
Batman's.
She's like in her 20s right now, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, is she?
Yeah, basically.
I think so.
I think she's 18, close enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he's saying Gotham Knights, so I guess Harvey Dent killed Harley Quinn. I didn't realize Harley Quinn was in the show. Anyways, no idea.
Is that the Duella character? Is that her? Is Harley Quinn her mom? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I know they said it was Joker's daughter, but like I said, I
But
didn't
is
get
she
far
really
into it.
though? Is she
Yeah.
really though? I mean, then again, it's like the whole thing about the rumors of who's in Deadpool 3. I think at this point, anybody's fair game, depending on what the story
crazy.
is. I like crazy.
No, listen, we're gonna have
had
Big O
an
pop up in
attraction.
Deadpool 3.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Like Alice, she was like the best villain of the Arrowverse, in my opinion, because she was nuts.
She was
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
She wanted to get nuts, so she got nuts.
She was a female Heath Ledger. Joker.
Oh, I was like, wait for the what? Oh, okay,
I was like,
gotcha.
yeah, okay.
I was confused on your at first, but what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I heard about this. That Damian Wayne was going to be the villain of. No, I don't know about Damian Wayne being villain of season 4. I remember there was a rumor of a Robin showing up at Supergirl or something.
Yeah, because I don't think, because I know in season 7 when Talia came back, she's like, I ran into like an old friend in Gotham. There were rumors that like she met up with Bruce Wayne and that Damian could have been born during then. So Damian probably, if he even existed, he wouldn't have even been alive during that time.
They explained that Bruce went away because of the death of Joker. I think it's because Damian. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, who knows, right?
And you know what? It's over.
Yeah,
I think he actually, in my theory, he still he got kidnapped by the League of Shadows.
Well, they didn't exist anymore.
No. When he left Gotham 3 years ago,
yeah. Well,
I think they trapped him.
Was that? Did Nissa already have them disbanded before that?
No. It was way before that. When it was revealed 3 years ago, that was Elseworlds. So that would have been season
7.
7.
Wait.
So
Yeah,
6, 5, 4.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
I am glad that we at least finally got to see that suit on an actor who would have played Bruce Wayne in that situation.
Exactly. Scott, I mean, everything's done. So I don't know what.
Everything's done.
I mean, I get your point. I love it. Hey, give me an Arrowverse movie. Or better yet, an Arrowverse animated. We already had Vixen. We already had animated stuff. Why not?
And so I'm just going to say it. A lot of that animated stuff wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because Vixen was fine, but Freedom Fighters was terrible. So,
And League of Assassins is technically League of Shadows. Just saying.
well, they've only been. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't they only named League of Shadows for those movies?
I think so.
They were in the comics too.
I'm pretty sure it's been League of Assassins everywhere else, except for those 3 movies.
It's a good question.
That's the only place I distinctly remember them being referred to as League of Shadows.
I swear outside of that, it's League of Assassins.
Now I think 3W's doing some research. He's also looking at how to not hit a mic when I'm making a point.
Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
Yeah, dodge.
Okay, it says the League of Assassins, sometimes known as League of Shadows or Society of Shadows in the adapted works.
Society of Shadows?
I've never heard that name.
Society. That's it's high class. Society of Shadows.
We live in a society.
God, we live in a... Not this again. Super Tag, thank you, Connor. In the Gotham Knights TV series, the daughter is revealed to be the daughter of Harley Quinn and Harvey Dent. What? That's what? Duella? Really?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I get it. Duella again.
Wait. Yeah, Duella did, but wait. So Harvey Dent had with
So her parents are high definition.
So wait, so that pregnancy test all the way back in Arkham games was Harvey Dent's baby? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
We have
Yeah.
High quality and
so Harvey Dent before I guess it must have been when Harley and Quinzel was not Harley yet, I would think.
I guess
because Duella's high school age, so probably before she became Harley Quinn. I'm just guessing. I have no fucking idea. I don't know. Harvey Dent as going up in the system in terms of Gotham and everything. He's going around messing around with Harley Quinn. Yeah, that's what's happening.
So was he still in the show? Was he still a DA?
In the show, yeah, he's in the DA's show. Yeah, he's a district attorney.
Like I said, I don't remember much.
So, by the trailer, judging by this trailer, Black Manta is going to ruin Aquaman's life. Oh, well.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, he's a bad boy if he does that. I mean, you can't now kill Tamora Morrison. He is all the clones ever. So
it's weird to think, speaking of Tamora Morrison too, it's weird to think that the least bad cameo in The Flash was also the least significant character.
That's also true.
I just have a hard believing that Black Manta survived getting wrapped around the neck and blown up.
I mean, that's true because he should not have survived. But then again, this is comics.
Comic
right?
world.
This is comics.
DC everyone's alive some point.
Yeah. Even we used to be able to say only Uncle Ben, but then that got changed.
Now it's Uncle Aunt May. I mean Aunt May.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Or Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony. God.
I do not love Cecile. Stop the nonsense.
This guy is not Eric Wallace.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Hello, I'm here to tell you about my supposed season 10. Oh, he went green. Thank you for going. He went green, green with money. I need the money. Yeah, we're gonna do Blackest Night. We're gonna bring in a bunch of crossover characters that we can't afford,
and then ruin them.
So I'm just glad. I'm glad that it was Danielle at the head of the Arrow episode, or else I feel like that would have got ruined too.
I mean,
let's
true.
just have her fly automatically without any training.
I mean, well, see, didn't you know that she unlocks a new power every episode? Didn't you know they were making her into the Avatar?
The one and only.
Good lord!
I think you're the Avatar.
But I'm still. I think we even talked about this last time. That cut scene where he's talking to Jay and his mom.
Mm.
I was so upset that got cut because you could have easily cut off the whole Cecile marriage thing. That, let's be honest, no one remembered that they weren't married. So
I forgot to.
like you could have easily just swapped those scenes and it would have been received a lot better. Not that much, but still better than it was.
Fair point. Fair point. It's just ridiculous, man.
DJ Eric liked my tweet, so
Another
give him a shout out.
we got another super chat here.
Oh, they're making a sequel to Brightburn. Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah,
I've not seen Brightburn. I've heard it's good though. I've heard it's good.
If
It's
you want,
it's not bad.
it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I enjoyed it.
If you want evil Superman, Brightburn.
I mean, I've already seen Injustice the animated. I almost said live action animated.
Thankfully, we didn't get Injustice in live action just because it wouldn't have translated well into live action movies.
It didn't translate well into the animated movie because they rushed through so many things.
See, that should have been a series. It shouldn't have been one movie.
Yeah, I made that point. Like, yeah, this should have been like a mini series on HBO Max or something back when it was HBO Max. Because they rushed past so much stuff. They also changed what happened to Barry.
Yeah, like Barry survived. Like he was like the main defector of the regime.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Injustice.
The Injustice.
Oh, Injustice. Okay,
Yeah. He lost track. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, which
about,
Barry are we talking
But
about?
apparently there was something else too about the studios things about AI is involved or something.
Yeah, there was something about using AI in the production. I'm not sure how that would work. Or why they think that's a good idea.
Doesn't sound good. Like it just sounds like, ooh, that's not what studios should be doing.
I think they're just implementing that to take some of the heat for bad decisions off themselves.
Now we're going red now. Jesus Louise. He's changing the color.
Yeah, he's like the pole, he's like the Rainbow Raider here going through
I'm the
every
entire
emotion.
spectrum of invisible light except for pink, because Tom Cruise.
Well, then I guess we can't talk Barbie. I guess. Oh well.
No, there's no option for
one
pink.
of the new iPhone colors is pink, by the way. Ooh.
Getting sponsored by Apple now.
Yeah, I got that product red iPhone.
Yeah,
with a clear case.
Touch the rainbow.
I got that product black.
Skittles.
Yeah, I got the product black.
Oh, nice. It's just a black phone. Yeah.
Oh, the phone is silver. The case is black.
Oh, see, I got a clear case with the red. Why not? What kind of phone do you got, Mike?
I have an old iPhone 7.
Oh, my iPhone 7?
7.
Oh my god!
I'm
caveman, right?
I'm behind by a few generations.
It's a smidge because iPhone 15 was announced yesterday.
That's how I was for the longest time too, because
I think
I'm like from 2013 to 2017 or 18, I had an SE, which is essentially like a 5 and a 6. It's like in between there. So I was behind for a long time also.
I think my first iPhone was an iPhone 4. I didn't get the 4S, so I didn't have Siri, but I had the 4. I'm like, oh, look at this one. I still have it somewhere. It was white. Yeah. It was the white one. Like, ooh, this is nice.
Yeah, like the white and silver one. Like that was my first one too.
And then I
think my first was the 4S.
Oh, so you got Siri. So you got the trial. Like, was it actually good on the 4S? Like, was it actually capable of doing what it can now?
Barely.
Okay.
I'm like 3 generations above you, Mike.
You had to check.
I'm an iPhone XR.
Yeah, and then the next phone I got was an iPhone 8, and it was the last generation that had the button. So now everything of course, is you have to swipe and no button anymore. And
so
then
none of us are on the Android side. So
no.
No one's on the flip phone, thank God.
I still have
my stepdad is. My stepdad is.
As I say, with a bunch of of boxes and stuff I have back there. There's a flip phone somewhere in one of those boxes.
Before we get to the other super chat, Fernando, I was like, I'm still waiting for the iPhone 9 in case they skipped it.
Yeah,
it was iPhone 8, 8S, or was it just 8?
8. I think it was just 8.
Yeah, and then they went to iPhone X.
And then XR.
Yeah, they announced it at the same time as iPhone 8. Oh, by the way, iPhone X. It's like,
and then like XR was barely on the shelves for any time.
Maybe because 9 means no.
iPhone,
No
iPhone,
iPhone? Do you need an iPhone? No.
iPhone, no.
I
We did the German word for it.
I think I saw the season 4 premiere of Harley Quinn. Because I caught up to watch the Valentine's Day special, but I have not seen all of. I'm not caught up on Harley Quinn now. But it's a really fun show.
It's been a while since I watched it.
Multiverse episode where she meets the original voice actor for Harley Quinn.
Arlene Sorkin.
Yeah.
No, the second one then.
Oh, Tara.
Tara Strong.
Is that in the show?
No, I still want.
Oh, you want that?
Oh,
yeah,
I want
that.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing if they would have gotten Arlene.
Before she.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What a lot of people don't realize too is that even though Tara was the one to succeed Arlene as Harley Quinn, they were both still on, like the New Adventures of Batman show, like Batman animated series and all that at the same time because Tara played Batgirl. So.
Yeah, that's true. So Mike has to go. It's all good, man. I'll let you go this once. And next time, you guys say the whole time. Okay. So where can people find you, Mike? Where can people find you, man?
So you guys can follow me on Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, all of that at Captain K42. If you want to read my reviews on Letterboxd, that's letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow my podcast, Renegade Pop Culture, on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can listen to our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And everything can be found on our website, renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, man. We hope you can come back at some point. I know the timing was late, but at the same time, glad you stopped by, man, and hung out. Thank you.
This was fun.
Oh, yeah. It really was fun, man.
Take care, man. Out, guys.
See you, man. See ya. It's really cool to have him on.
Back to the Three Amigos.
Back to the Three Amigos.
The Three Musketeers. Where is the fourth?
Wait, so does that make us like original Team Arrow?
We are. Wait till we bring a.
We have Arrow. We have. I'm going to say Flash, and you're.
I was going to say which one. I was going to say, were you about to give one of us the bigger role?
No.
So say who's getting that?
I wouldn't say you're the right color for the.
Oh my god, it's funny. I've sent the link out to a couple people. We actually were supposed to have 2 other people show up at the start, but they were not here.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we had an update on them.
Still waiting to hear back. I sent the link out to a couple people. We'll see what happens.
Joypad Felicity.
Jordan is Felicity.
That's me. Hey, I do. I mean, it could work. I get a blonde wig. Okay, so the super chat here is from Scott. Luke and Ahsoka can still make an appearance to help Rey build the new Jedi Order. Force Ghost Luke, yes. Ahsoka, probably no. I'm assuming she's not alive at this point.
Yeah.
I really hope they do keep her alive though.
Oh, I mean, I don't want her like dead soon. I'm just saying, by the time we get to 15 years after, because we're shortly after Vader's fall at this point with the Return of Thrawn and everything. So there's still a bunch more time to lead into the sequel trilogy, and then 15 years after that is when,
I will believe it.
What is it in between 6 and 7? Is it 20 years?
More than 20.
I would say wait for.
Yeah, no, it has to be because Kylo's not even born yet.
And then bring her back.
I was going to say no. It actually has to be more than that because Kylo's like well into his 20s in Force Awakens.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at I'm typing in Star Wars movie timeline.
Yeah,
I need to know.
I think it was 20 years in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
I know the entire Skywalker saga is 50 years total.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've had a hard time keeping up with the timelines myself.
I'm trying to. There's. I think there's an image that people have put out before. I
would say if you want some Star Wars knowledge, invite like Kaye or Darth Bunyan. They're like huge Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I even years ago, I even went as Luke for Halloween, like in his Return of the Jedi look.
Okay, so here's something interesting. So they're saying this basically saying 0 in terms of the start. So 0 is Phantom Menace.
Mhm.
10 years in is when Revenge of the Sith roughly takes place, is in that 10-year mark, or 10 years. So it makes sense because Anakin's a young kid. By the time 10 years rolls around, he's like early 20s, mid 20s, makes kind of sense. By the time we get to Return of the Jedi, we're about 36 years in. And so this is roughly 36 years in. And Ahsoka, of course, I mean, I don't know how, well, it depends on her species, but by the time we get to episodes 7, 8, and 9 is roughly where it's like 66 years into
I
the.
mean,
So
Yoda is 600 in the first movie, and he
Yeah,
still hasn't aged.
That's true.
So Ahsoka, is it? I mean, I know you obviously have, like in between, 3 and 4, you have, Rogue One, you have Obi-Wan, you have Ahsoka,
Yeah.
and I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm going to just assume that Ahsoka takes place before
No,
Obi-Wan does.
no, it takes place after 6,
After Return of the Jedi.
and it's in the
Or
realm
not
of
Obi. I'm
Mandalorian. It takes after
yeah,
Mandalorian.
that's I said the wrong show.
They're saying Ahsoka's is happening at the same time as Mandalorian season 3.
Okay,
So that explains why Mando is not around, which that's, of course, I'll say, you think Mando season 4 not to mid 25? I mean, at this point, yes, because, strikes.
is that Lucy?
No, that wasn't mine.
There's a dog that lives in my complex, so it's probably
gotcha.
me.
Probably saying, hey.
Yeah, one just moved into my complex too, actually.
Oh, nice green now for the Hulk. He's like, ooh,
There
or
you
is it
go.
Loki? Oh, he's red again.
Oh, I thought he was going green for Green Ranger.
Okay. So Lance.
I'll go white for a white ranger.
Lance may show up. He said he had something going on tonight, but he may show up, so he better show up.
Lance.
Yeah, Lance.
It was kind of funny. I had to call out of the Party Nation yesterday, and the entire stream gets canceled.
Oh my god,
man!
The co-host is out.
I'm like, if there's no co-host, there's no show.
That's hilarious.
You had one job, man.
I'm like, I had a thing I had to go to. I'm sorry.
It's like this was in one of the Ultimate Alliance games. I think you just reminded me of whenever you talk to like certain people for too long, they'll have like a dismissive line of dialogue that sends you off. And if you're talking to Spider-Man too long, he's like, "Sorry, I got a thing to do in the place. Bye."
Oh my god.
Speaking of Spider-Man, I'm literally playing Miles Morales again, trying to get the
really?
platinum.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys should play those Ultimate Alliance games if you haven't. They're a little dated.
I did
but
play
they're
them,
really
yeah.
good.
I
don't think you can get them on PS4 anymore.
I don't think so, no. I think it's interesting that Spider-Man 2 literally drops
in like
next month.
Yeah.
Literally next month in a couple days.
I think there's probably going to be another big trailer before it drops.
I probably won't be playing it until like next year because I don't have a PS5.
I was so lucky with my PS5 because it was like came in like, it was on Amazon. It was like we're seeing we have to keep refreshing the page because it would not load, and it finally did. And I clicked, and I just used my credit card. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm gonna. And there's people reporting when people were doing this because I was following a bunch of Twitter accounts that were notifying when PS5s were being put into Target or whatever, like so you can get it quicker. So I'm like, okay, because people said, okay, I got one, but then I got an email the next day or the same day saying we actually don't have it. Like you kept clicking in and it gave you a sale, but you actually didn't get one. I was waiting, and then all of a sudden, the Amazon truck pulls in. The woman gets out and grabs a box. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, is it really? And I literally took a photo and I sent it to my group chat with my mods on my channel. I'm like, look what I got.
Did you literally do like a stream just to unbox?
No, I mean, I didn't stream, but I took a picture. But it's funny because it was the same day it came in was the season finale or the series finale of WandaVision. The same day that episode came out. I'm like,
what a wonder.
Literally, because that morning I watched the episode, reacted, put my video out, was doing really well. Later that day, Amazon truck. I'm like, oh come on! And
Here
it
we
was
go.
here.
Yeah. By the way, I did think it was pretty awesome how if you go back and watch Across the Spider-Verse, Genki is actually playing Spider-Man 2 in that movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like he's playing the game.
that's crazy. I mean, it's also crazy too to think that also Mortal Kombat 1 comes out.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Saturday. Why would it be that? Wait, no, is it Monday?
Yeah, it
When
wouldn't be
does it come
Saturday.
out? Might be
Assuming
Friday.
It would either be like a Friday, it would be like a Thursday into Friday midnight release or a Monday into Tuesday midnight release.
Yeah, and then also a Souls like game like Dark Souls and like that stuff. Lies of P, which is like a Pinocchio kind of thing. Like that's a really cool looking game. I played the demo of it. That's coming out next week.
You know what series I miss? I don't know if you guys played this or not. Back when it was out, I miss Jack and Daxter a lot.
I have all three of those games plus the racing. I played the racing game for the
Me
first
too.
time. I did one race and I'm like, this is difficult.
Do you have Lost Frontier also or no?
No.
Yeah,
I just have the first three.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Those are awesome games. I think it's sad too that like that they just seem to kind of abandon them because a lot of the other PlayStation games that came out during that time, like Sly, Ratchet and Clank, they're either like still getting games in the case of Ratchet and Clank, and then some of those games are still getting like upscales, and then they upscaled the original 3 Jack games back on PS4, but it really wasn't that much of an upscale because they did it first from PS2 to 3. And I remember this vividly. I got all 3 games in a bundle for like $15. And then when it came time for the PS4 upscales, quote unquote, they were charging just that price for one of the games alone. It's like, I'm not paying for this.
I don't blame you. Why would you? It's just like, it's ridiculous.
Especially if it really doesn't look that much better. Then no, I mean, I'm not going to spend $45 on 3 games when I got 15 for ones that look arguably better. Exactly.
We have someone who's supposed to come on, and they've been like, "I'll be there right when we start." Nope, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Oh, is that?
So who is this guy? Is it the steakhouse guy?
Or is it the girl?
Can't say. We'll see.
It's a secret.
We'll see. Here's the thing. There's been multiple people. It's like this is supposed to be like this. Well, I guess it kind of helps because it's
is it Victoria? Secret?
Yeah, literally, this is not Council of Creators. This is Council of Puns or Council of 3W.
Council of shit talking.
Literally. Oh yeah, I sent the link to 3 other people that were not planned to be here. Well, one I had spoken to and like, yeah, I'll see if I can drop by. Okay.
Oh, so I guess that makes those 3. They're the NTA.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I remember like when it kept going on in those reactions, and they made the team in the future like, okay, this is new Team Arrow.
Yeah, the new Team Arrow.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
And then this is still hilarious. If you go onto like some of those Arrowverse wiki pages for some of those characters, because some of that stuff never got resolved, it says like undetermined as far as like what their status is.
Oh Jesus!
So like if you look at like William for example, it says like unknown 2040.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Well,
they still didn't discover the body of Ava Sharp or whatever her name was.
Well, I know they were gonna bring the actress back for the finale, but then there were scheduling conflicts. So I'm gonna assume that they say that
she's alive.
She was, and hopefully she was actually a hero this time. But then they were actually going to bring, supposedly they were going to bring the Huntress back for the finale too, which would have been good because you only saw her like 3 times in the show.
Well, it's just funny that those Wikipedia pages, which speaking of Wikipedia pages, but like they had like a whole Wikipedia page dedicated to reactors back in the day. And I had one, and then it got deleted and everything. But speaking of reactors, we have the one, the only, the legendary man himself who is blowing up on YouTube. Omni1Media is here. Welcome, sir.
It's the second time I'm meeting him.
The second time. Oh, he's muted.
Never heard of this guy. No, I'm kidding.
Uh-oh. There you go.
There we go.
I like your reactions to literally One Piece because you haven't seen the series.
Yeah.
I'm like watching you, right? And I'm like, I know the answers to everything you're asking.
It is so damn difficult because especially whenever whenever I'm ahead of this guy on a show and we're doing spoiler discussions, I have to bite my tongue not to say anything ahead of what he's saying because I don't want to have a repeat of other incidents.
No,
for sure.
yeah, yeah. So how about that Ahsoka?
Dude,
Oh
so
my god!
good.
Oh yeah!
Oh my gosh! Really? Okay.
I think
we have someone else showing up here.
Omni, I think you started a movement.
Yeah, Omni showing up started a movement because we're like, where's everybody at? Hello, welcome everybody to Katie. Hello,
Katie.
Hello.
Katie.
I'm
my
so
God.
sorry. I have to be the family tech wizard and
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
do 8,000 things for the computer.
Yeah. This is not Katie Cassidy, but it's still Katie.
no, not Katie Cassidy. No.
Not Katie. Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally
So
not Katie
my
Cassidy.
dream, but no, not.
Yeah, it even says that in your
Yes.
profile, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It
Literally.
says CK, but it looks like it's okay.
She's whatever. She's fine.
Yeah, literally. Are you watching Ahsoka, Katie? Have you seen Ahsoka?
No, I'm not a Star Wars
Oh,
girly, so
okay. Okay.
I have no say in what's going on right now at all. So
Gotcha.
So you don't mind spoilers.
Do you care
No.
about spoilers?
not at all.
Okay.
Literally not a no.
It's safe to say that Star Wars blew up last night into today. Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, man, dude. I think this is the best Hayden's been Hayden in any
Oh,
Hayden
best Hayden
thing.
Hayden.
Yeah.
He
Well,
was
that's kind of how
re-
he actually looks like he did this time. Whereas
Yeah.
in Obi-Wan, you could clearly tell that was a 40-year-old Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
he was the
Yeah.
best jumper.
And like he somehow also, because I know he binged like all the stuff he wasn't involved in.
Yeah.
And when they did the flashback stuff, like it just sounded like both Hayden and Matt Latner
Yeah.
somehow in the
Yeah.
same human. And I was
Yeah.
like, what am I watching right
pulling
now?
off something crazy there. Yeah, it was intense. And the fact is, too, the girl who played young Ahsoka, I didn't realize she was young Gamora in Infinity War.
Yeah,
It
that's
was the same
right.
girl.
Mhm.
And also, I liked how she actually like learned how to portray an older version because she had the same mannerisms of Ahsoka
Very
Tano.
awesome. Yeah.
Had to have her all of her years of experience back in her child body and like convey
Yeah.
that. It was
Yeah.
weird. Like she did
That's
so good.
It was
At
really,
that.
it was really
But like
strange.
I saw a lot of people echoing the sentiment as well, and it's something that I guess like when I was watching it, I couldn't quite find a way to like explain what I was feeling or seeing, but like seeing that actress play this character in the past, like in live action, really accentuates how young she was. Because it doesn't come across as much in the animation.
Mm.
They can tell you how old a character is, but like in animation, I think you can kind of like lose track of that. And here, like you're like, that's a kid fighting a war, and I'm just like, what in the world? It kind of just shows you a little bit just how it clarifies a little how messed up that whole situation was.
Yeah.
And I think she was called a commander too.
Yeah.
At a young
Yeah,
age.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also kind of strange because like it's a good point about animation in general because I feel like there's certain people that don't take it seriously because of that disconnect, like you're saying. But then you see this and you go, okay, because she's playing like she's scared, she's terrified, and she's confused.
Mhm.
Like, what is going on here? And I think that that's the unfortunate part about animation is that it's by some people it's not taken seriously because it's not actual humans, it's a drawing or it's 3D models, it's not real. It's just unfortunate.
It is now.
Well, the fact that they're able to, like, the fact that she was able to portray multiple levels like that, it really speaks to their range. So I think with all that stuff that you have, even if the animation may be a little bit spotty in your eyes, I feel like it's something you would be able to move past.
Yeah, I feel there's people that just doesn't, and I mean the thing is, to be honest, she's just not Katie Cassidy. So she's, she wishes she was.
Or KCK.
Doesn't everyone, really?
Exactly. Doesn't everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah.
I will say that there was a rumor spreading around about the choice of robes that they use, because if you watch 6 in the final scene where they show young Anakin,
Yeah.
he's literally in the robes of a Master Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's wearing
And then
the same
I
robes
didn't think
as,
about that.
And then he goes back to his.
Yeah.
Then if Ahsoka takes place after that, he goes back
to his Jedi Knight robes. Yeah.
To his apprentice robes,
and then Revenge of the Sith when he's going all Vader on her, which was amazing.
Someone also pointed out that the color of the robes, because he's all dark, meaning he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Oh yeah.
Of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to say too. Whenever you saw like all those interactions between them, as soon as that saber switched from blue to red, I was like, "Oh, okay, things are hyping up now."
I'm like,
getting real.
They probably got an FX a lightsaber that can do that.
Probably
with the way that technology is now, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, pretty much. Interesting thing, Cameron here. So I heard about this movie. They cloned Tyrone. Has anybody seen this movie from Netflix?
Oh, I heard of it.
I didn't.
I haven't seen it.
I think it was well, it ties into Star Wars because what's his name? What's his name? Who played Finn?
Boyega?
Yeah, he's the star. Yeah, he's the star in it.
FN 127, that guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. FN 127. Sorry. Yeah,
he remembered the whole disfiguration.
I couldn't remember the actor's name. You went all like deep.
Yeah.
It was
call
said
him Traitor.
so like it was.
Oh yeah, Traitor. Yeah.
It was said so like strategically placed in this in the entire movie that if you don't know it by now, you technically didn't pay attention because they said it like 7 times.
I mean, but who really pays attention to movies or TV nowadays? You're right. You just play it and you're on your phone, right? We actually watch this stuff anymore.
It's like they want you to know that he was F127.
I was gonna say either that, or you just have people that are that are setting their belongings on your legs in the middle of a movie.
That old couple, I swear. Or it's like I wish I was looking at my phone during Flash season 9 at times, but that's just me.
Or tweeting without thinking.
Oh, I'm wondering about this.
Okay.
I know nothing about what happened on the Flash season 9.
Oh.
Somebody.
Ooh.
Just like,
Are you sure you want to open that can of worms?
I'm not going to watch it. So.
That's a giant can of worms.
You just wanting,
I would say watch episode 9. That's the only one you're allowed to
watch. I'd say watch 9 and 10.
9 and 10 are the best. They're the only ones that I will rewatch over and over again.
The only I'd say the only like out of everything post Crisis, I'd say those 2 episodes are the only like high tier level ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't need anything else outside of them.
No. Because it
sounds like a bit of a bummer of a season.
It is.
Yeah, just because so much of it is difficult to watch because you really that because of how good seasons 1, 2, and let's be honest, at this point 3 were, that it could be so much better than what it is, and to see what it was from what it became in the back half, it's a lot of it is just sad to see.
Well, the thing is, so many people, including myself, wanted, because we saw what Arrow did with its final season, actually giving us a lot of really good moments, and still building Crisis.
They had a harder job on them.
Yeah, and so you look at season 9 of Flash, you're going, oh my god, what the fuck are they doing? Because I'm still holding out hope after that first arc with Red Death, which was not handled well. I'm like, okay. There were some decent moments. Let's just keep trucking along. And then
she didn't even kill anybody.
You had 3 filler episodes without the Flash in a row. 3 Flashless episodes in a row.
Yes.
And
in the final season.
Sorry.
In the final season.
Episode.
So you're telling me for 3 episodes you just watched the.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It was
So either Barry Allen is he's either not there, or he's barely focused on. For
the
6, 7, and 8.
The Flash literally turned into secondary Cecile characters.
Cecile
you know how they kind of took over.
You know how they would always make that joke in the earlier seasons, how like Felicity took over Arrow, like Iris took over Flash. Those were like they were true at points, but Cecile literally took over the last Flash season.
Cecile?
Yeah.
Where did she?
The writer clearly had some sort of obsession there and poured literally everything he could into that character.
And Allegra and Chegra.
Yes.
I don't even know who. Listen,
the
last thing I watched was
matter.
The middle of season 4, I think, and then I just kind of fell off it.
Yeah,
but,
you've missed a lot.
Since I really I've like on Twitter, I've like heard a lot of things about up to 9. Like
if
9.
Season 4, I just realized she has not seen Chris Klein's wondrous work.
You have not seen the amazing
I'm afraid
Cicada.
I haven't.
We have to show her the clip now. We have to show her the clip.
Can it be worse than?
We have to.
Do I have the clip?
Mark Guggenheim's work? Can it really be worse?
Yeah.
The whole big thing.
I even said this point multiple times. I said the later seasons of Flash, so like the back half of 6 and then 7, 8, and 9, a lot of that stuff made Arrow season 4 watchable.
You're kidding me.
I wish I was, but I'm not.
That's horrific. That is so bad.
I had to switch over for a second. Here is Cicada. You're not gonna. You have no context in this. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened ever in the Flash. You're not prepared for this. This is the amazing Cicada. Here we go.
Metas killed your parents, Gracie. They all deserve to die.
Don't believe him, Grace.
Oh no, Jordan. Show the Red Death clip next.
Okay.
That's Jessica Parker Kennedy. And
so that
I like her,
you might think that was a little weird. The other clip that he's about to show you is from season 9. So if you don't believe me when I say it got that bad, just watch this.
You've seen Ron Wilder's Batwoman. Have you seen any of that or no?
The one that replaced
Kate
Kane.
Well, yeah. So this is not like she's actually good, but this version of Red Death, no.
We'll bring the war.
Yeah. Screaming constantly and get a load of this.
How long was she in this season? Is my question.
Like 5 episodes, I think. Well, 3 unmasked, but she had a 5-episode arc. And I wish I was kidding.
She had AR work on the Red Death because you can clearly see that it's her or sound like
not her.
And I wish I was kidding when I'm about to say this, but they had her character force in other Batman lines from various media into her dialogue.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there's a worse.
She
you want to get nuts?
Yeah, she brings back Michael Keaton's "Want to Get Nuts" line and incorporates it.
And then pretty much disses it.
Yeah, also disses it too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so with all this being said, you do not know the glorious episode 6 of season 9.
Oh no!
It is the worst thing ever. It is.
I will say, listen, like the other seasons, I heard about like what was going on Twitter. My current Twitter, I have fallen off the face of the earth from. I'm on a different Twitter now, so like I really have absolutely no clue what happened.
Sky Blue?
No.
Blue Sky?
Or just another Twitter account.
Oh, it's my cringy K-pop account. Sorry,
no, it's fine.
So I decided not to annoy everyone on my main account anymore, and
trust me, thankfully the Arrowverse for the most part, like it's just done. So this is all past. But yeah, when that came up, like they actually approved the script to be made with no Barry, and it had I don't even know when did she first pop up in the Flash, that character.
In season 1.
That was season 4 when she popped up.
Who are we talking, Cecile?
Lady Luck or whatever her fucking name is?
Yeah,
Lady Luck.
She was one of the bus metas,
Yeah, she was the bus meta.
Did you see an episode with a girl that had just so like really good luck that anything was trying to go after her, it would repel back because she has like such good luck?
Oh god.
And there were scenes where she was like going crazy in a casino and whatnot.
The last episode I think I fully watched, besides like Crisis, was it was like the girls episode that everybody hated.
Oh god.
Girls Night Out.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when that episode falls. All I can say is, her name's Hazard, but still.
Okay.
Only thing that made that episode watchable was seeing Grant Gustin play a drunk Barry.
Yes. So
I'm the Flash.
So in episode 6, they addressed the fact that she died in Crisis. Yet no one's supposed to remember this besides a few select people that the timeline shifted.
Right.
She somehow remembers that she died and came back. And so they made a point to address that. And it's a whole mess to where there's a bunch of buffoons that kidnap her because of her powers, and they're going to use her luck against to earn money at this like casino night at a bar. That's the gist of the episode. And they have Allegra and somebody else who you don't know, Allegra, calls Cecile Superwoman in 2 different instances in the episode. Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
And get a load of this.
You don't want to remember.
So here's something else that they did. I really wish I was kidding here.
I was one of the few people that didn't mind
how
that
they
episode.
had. You remember how they had Caitlin turning into Killer Frost?
Yes. And then I know she had like a twin, and then like one of them died.
They
the other one
separated
died.
her and Frost, and then Frost died. And then here's what they do: so Caitlin disappears off screen. They make you think she's died, and then a third brand new character gets brought in that Daniel Panabaker's playing in the last season, and they essentially make that character into a god.
Yes. She's like,
and then randomly bring back
and
Caitlin in the last
she
episode.
takes out. And by the way, in the very last episode of the show, she defeats Zoom in about 3 seconds.
Which makes sense because she's a god, but she ascends, and then Caitlin's brought back in the last. Yeah.
What kind of god? Like, what do you mean she turned into a god?
I think okay. So she can change the weather, and then they start realizing, oh, she can pretty much do whatever the fuck she wants.
She can like turn into a cloud.
Basically, if there's a problem, she can solve it because she's God. She's Mother Nature or whatever. So after everything's done, she ascends. And then Caitlin is miraculously there because Keon was taking over her body. So Caitlin is back for the last 5 minutes, and then the show's over.
Yeah, no joke. The last 5 minutes, and then
it's
God.
Yeah, instead of having Keon a part of like half of the season, and then we have Caitlin because she's one of the OG characters before even Flash started. She was on Arrow season 2, so they literally wait till the last 5 minutes. Oh, by the way, here's Caitlin. And oh, by the way, no Cisco. Because he leaves at a certain point. He doesn't come back for the final season.
So Jordan, I just sent you an image to kind of show Katie here that Flash did. She's not going to believe me unless you actually show this image.
Let me see if I can actually find it. Right. So yeah, this is all that took place on the final season of it, and this was the last Arrowverse actual show.
Yeah, because they established that Superman and Lois was its own continuity.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Which was like we were all confused about, but then we realized it's like, oh, okay, they actually knew what they were doing, separating it from this.
And DJ Eric brought up a good theory that she was technically the life force, not a god.
The life force,
because
like
they introduced.
Well, her powers don't equal that.
Yeah,
because that was something I said before.
It's a little blurry, but
yeah, they had a force lightning fight, lightning sticks, lightsaber fight.
Yeah, and then
which I will say this, it definitely is different, but I also kind of like the fact that it was different.
But then they took it a step further in season 9 when he fights Red Death. To where he has
Flash like next to him, like
that was Reverse Flash.
Just bring him back randomly.
Reverse Flash, right
they bring him back randomly to fight this guy.
Yeah, and there's no explanation. There's no build up. It's just, oh, by the way, the first time you see him or know that he's in the episode, they're looking at like a projector on the screen of Star Labs, and it shows Reverse Flash's like name before they show him on the show.
Yeah. And then they take this whole Speed Force.
Yes, they do.
They take this whole Speed Force constructs thing a step further in season 9. So when Barry fights Red Death, not only is he running and has like a Captain America shield made out of lightning.
Oh yes.
But Red Death is throwing Speed Force batarangs.
Yes.
And swinging on a
like Wonder Woman,
swinging on an electric like grappling hook.
Yeah, like Spider-Man or Wonder Woman with the lasso. Yeah.
Would you say that she was literally flying on lightning?
Every single superhero's little
shtick. Yes.
And
and then they
we started all that like a little while back, like
this
in
whole
with what
the shurikens and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then like her whole gimmick to where this wasn't intentionally her gimmick, it just became a meme to where she's constantly screaming all the time. Barry runs up to her, dismantles all of her armor. She just walks up very slowly with a screaming face and then gets knocked out in one punch.
Cool.
Yes. Thank you, Major Webhead, for reminding me of this.
Oh, God.
You never met Chillblaine.
Washboard.
So imagine
Chillblaine.
Yeah, that's the character's name. Imagine if there was a male Frost character in the Arrowverse who was essentially Magic Mike.
Yes. And he's
Oh,
Frost's
brother.
Frost's boyfriend, and
Of course
and he
he
keeps
is.
and he
That's why I
fucks
love-
up like
why wouldn't he be?
and he fucks up so many times, but Barry continues to give him chances to prove himself, but
It's
he
because
keeps
of his
screwing it up.
abs.
And then
That's what and Barry's like, I'm so jealous of it, man.
The one
Oh,
thing
Get a
I hated
chance
in
for
season
every
9
ab.
is the fact that they didn't even care Caitlyn's dead. They're like, they
Yeah.
had this
He
emotional
didn't have a
thing.
funeral
they
for
did.
Caitlyn.
Yeah,
No
No
funeral
funeral.
whatsoever.
like it took them like right after they learned that it happened, which was off screen. It took them like 7 episodes to even
Wait,
address it.
first, that's the first mistake. What do you mean
Yeah.
they learned off screen?
Well,
That's
they
So
built
they
it
have
up
that
right
new-
away that
That
'cause
new character that she's playing, you see revealed at the end of episode 1, and then episode 2 starts. Oh, Caitlyn's dead, and they just nonchalantly say it, and then they don't
And
actually
they go
talk
dancing.
about it until like 7 episodes.
they go
later.
dancing that episode.
Yeah, they go dancing in the same episode at the end.
Like, let's party.
Yeah,
the woman that's been on the main cast since literally the
Mhm.
first episode.
Yeah,
and
like,
they're
since
like, you
before
know
the
what?
show even
Let's go
started.
party. You know
What's
And-
what?
funny?
Teaser.
She's supposed to be dead, right? But the actress is still there.
Yeah.
So they can't really have this emotional.
That's
draw.
true because they're having to look at
So-
like this girl that looks like Caitlyn,
Oh,
but
right,
it's
yeah, right.
Keon, this god. Because
so
for
I
several
just-
episodes, they have no explanation of what she is. They're like, "You're not a meta, you're not a human, you're something else." And they're like, "We don't even know what you are," and it's like, okay.
And then I kid you not, there's so many times where I wish that I was kidding when I say these, but the Chilblain character that Frost is infatuated with, after Frost dies, they have Mark start being interested in this third version of Caitlyn.
Yes.
And then, I'm not lying, the rest can confirm this, they film a scene where he has a wet dream about her.
That is true.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I'm glad that we're bringing this up and reminding you of so many things you're trying to repress. I appreciate it.
and I'm just going to go ahead and say this too, because we were so to a less grotesque point, but just to a more ridiculous one. You remember how we were talking about how in the last season Cecile became the main focus of the
Yeah.
show?
Yes.
So that picture that he just pulled up of those two fighting Godspeed, he comes back in the finale alongside a couple other speedsters, makes like dozens of clones of himself, and then Cecile fights every single one of them off by just waving her hands at normal speed.
Wait.
And
Yeah.
also, she
Wait,
literally
what
knocks
is
them
this
all.
deal? Like, what is-
Also, she can fly.
Here's the cherry on top. She can fly.
She can fly. Yeah.
And she can literally go to the future in her own body.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
and not
He pulls
age a day. That's the weirdest thing. Like it's like they didn't realize
pulled
how
a
they
freaking-
don't realize how
Wait.
far, they don't
Where
realize
did
how
this
far ahead in
come
the
from?
future. 27, like it was like
She started off
2049.
as Joe's
They don't-
girlfriend.
They
It's like
stole
they
Daisy
didn't
from the
realize.
past.
It's like they did not realize how far ahead in the future 2049 and it's like, oh, maybe it's next year. It's 26 years from now.
They
and
did it.
they're
They
not
did a
gonna age
reverse
day.
of. They did a reverse of Days of Future Past, where like in the movie where Wolverine goes back in time, she just can just jump ahead in her body.
Yeah, not age a day. The
Not
only
age
one
a-
that
yeah.
the only one that changed from 2023 to 2049 was Nora going from a fetus to an
And-
adult.
And they also did a poor attempt at Doctor Strange astral projection knockout of the
Oh yeah,
body.
she did that exact move.
Yeah,
She knocked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Had like
When
the astral out
did
of the body
she-
thing.
When did this start happening? Because
Okay,
I didn't
so-
even, like,
Well, it was yeah.
Eric Wallace. So he took over showrunner for season 6 until the end. He loves Cecile, so he brings Cecile back.
more than Googie and
Everybody.
his woman.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Oh
Because-
yeah.
That's
Because
bad.
with all the things we're kind of unveiling to you, and I know your brain just can't comprehend how ridiculous this sounds.
Yeah.
See it all unfold and how it progresses. Like literally, Cecile is also another god character because every single
Let's just
time,
say, like,
yeah,
the Googie thing and Felicity, at least logistically in the story they established, makes some level of sense.
yes,
And they
This,
were,
like,
they-
the entire show got
Yeah, and-
completely retrofitted around
yes.
this random
and-
lawyer.
and-
after a
Yeah,
mistake,
a lawyer,
they
yes,
were, They
exactly.
were at least able to course correct it with Arrow, but no,
It was
like,
the
no-
Law
no,
and
it
Order
was-
all over
Like
again.
no matter
Thank
how
you,
bad
Arrow.
it got with Flash, Wallace was just still convinced he was doing the right thing.
Yeah. So Naruto here says, "Don't forget the forces, Barry and Iris."
Oh
kids.
yeah,
So there's new forces that are technically Barry and Iris's children. Their new
but also
force
not because
Also,
they
yeah.
existed before. But then there's
But
like,
they
"Hi,
treat them
Dad."
like children.
What?
Those forces have some of the ugliest CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wait. We're not
So-
talking about like Nora, or are we
No,
talking about
no,
Nora?
No.
These are so you know,
Different children.
So you know the Speed Force.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
Still Force, Strike Force, and what was the other thing?
Psych Force.
Strike
Force.
Force sounds like a children's TV
Psych.
show. Just
Psych.
Yeah.
Psych.
So Psych.
Oh,
so
Psych.
literally these,
Oh, I was gonna
Psych,
say.
yeah,
I was like,
Psych.
where did that
these three
come
characters were created during a like freak accident, and Iris was a part of it. So that's how they were Iris and Barry's children. And so we had a whole thing to where they're like trying to figure out, okay, so are they our kids or not? And there's like a whole it's really confusing.
And they're like
The
people.
thing that
they're
gets
like,
weird about
I mean, not only was the Force Quest storyline, it was bad in the comics, so I knew there was going to be no hope for it in the show. I just didn't think it would get that bad.
Yeah.
the weird thing about it is, unlike the Speed Force, you know, they don't have an existence of their own. So just the energy itself possesses some rando person, and they immediately start identifying as the Thing.
oh.
Even though they already had a life, a history, and everything, and
just
actual
wipe 'em out.
parents. Now they're just like, "Hi, Barry, Iris, Mom, Dad."
Yeah, because they had a whole
And I'm
episode where
gonna
the character
assume that was not like worked on at all. They're just like, oh yeah, they took over this guy.
it's
Oh, well.
weird because you have episodes and storylines in the back half of the show that really make sense, or that I think is actually developed well, but there's other times they're like, what the fuck are they doing? Because we were saying how episode 9 and 10 of season 9 are the only ones to watch. Episode 10 is the full circle moment with the beginning of the whole point of this whole damn show.
Like you see the night Nora Allen died from the
You
perspective
see all
of
it's a full
future Barry.
it is so good, and it's written by Eric Wallace.
And
he
they
wrote
brought
this, and he directed it too, I think. Yeah, so
and they brought Matt Lecter's Reverse Flashback, the original Reverse Flash that played him before
it was
Wells
so
hit the face. They brought him
so
back.
And what's funny is there's actually 5 berries in that house. They only show 3.
That is true.
Yeah,
there's a lot of berries in that house. Yeah.
And then you actually got to see the after effects of what happens when young Barry gets saved, and then it works because you know everything that's about to happen to Thawne now that you're at the end of the show.
Yes.
And let's not forget that the Cobalt Blue actually not being Cobalt Blue.
Yeah. So you remember
It's Cobalt Red.
You remember Eddie from season 1?
Yes.
So he gets brought back. That's the easiest way I can say it. And he becomes the avatar essentially for the negative Speed Force. And in the series finale, when all of these former Speedster villains get brought back, he's the one that's leading them, even though he's had like half an episode before this to become a villain.
Of course.
And all of these villains get embarrassed, just defeated so quickly.
Yep.
So, and they don't develop any of the connections at all.
Let's
you
also
have,
go back
like
to
Sabbath.
that he supposedly juiced them up. So
supposedly to be stronger. Yeah,
stronger than they were.
Yeah, even though if you compare them to how they were in their prime, which like they all had a prime, except for Godspeed, but they were they were embarrassed compared to how they were then. And
what I would say the Godspeed prime would be episode 18 of season 5. That's the only episode I like of.
Oh yeah, because that's the future episode.
Yeah, well, that's the only time he didn't fight Barry.
You mentioned Jessica. Is it Jessica Parker Kennedy? Yes.
Yeah. She's on Smallville.
Yeah, of course, you had to mention Smallville again. Of course,
Smallville every time.
Every time. So to kind of get Eddie to turn and to go like, okay, I will accept the negative Speed Force avatar role. At one point, Jessica Parker Kennedy is playing him and Iris's daughter, and she's wearing a really bad wig.
Like what their daughter?
How does that?
I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
How does that even make sense,
like,
though?
Hey, like we're paying this actress. She's in the episode anyway, so we might as well use her.
Yeah.
How does that make sense, though?
They can't afford another actress.
It would only make sense if Edward Thawne is literally the twin brother of Barry. That's the only way that they will have the same daughter.
Or if Barry's genes only contributed to her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the thing too that happens when they bring back all those speedsters, so everybody kind of gets broken off and has their own little separate fights. Which, by the way, the final team of superheroes that you see in that last episode, if you think about it, Barry is technically the weakest of them. I don't know why or how they made it that way, but that's how it is. And they end up having. So you remember the character Savitar, who ended up being that evil Barry? Yeah, they have Nora fight him. You don't see his face, so there's nothing at all to connect that it's essentially a daughter fighting her dad. But that whole thing where he like stabs Iris and in that future scene, not only does he do that to Nora, she's able to phase through it, but not even her whole body, just phases like her lower stomach through it, and then runs behind him, breaks off a piece of his claw, and then stabs him, like, not even in the back. It's in the armor, and that somehow takes him out.
And let's in the 100th.
You're about to bring up Thawne, aren't you?
In the 100th episode, she actually does see. Well, another version does see her dad being Savitar.
Yeah, and she sees Iris, actually kill him.
But then you have Crisis, which erases that. But then you have her explaining that she does know stories about her time. So you have to spread your disbelief and assume that they also told her about that.
Yeah, and here's another. Oh, yeah,
that's
the really bad wig. So, and in the very next episode, by the way, after this, which is the last one, it's in the very last episode where baby Nora is finally born.
Oh yes.
So and
she holds him.
Nora, and she
she holds herself.
And she holds herself in the episode. Literally looks down at the baby, and I kid you not, she goes, "I love me."
Well, also,
and
you got to know too.
Oh my god!
Someone definitely took a picture of that moment. So as Nora grows up, she's gonna look in that picture and see her older self.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's gonna be to where people are going to show her images of like the baby, like being born and the celebration and everything. And then she's going to be like, who's that holding me? And they're going to go,
you?
We'll tell you when you're older.
Exactly.
Yeah,
when
it's your future twin.
Because now that it happened, would that mean that Nora would remember that when she gets old enough? Like, I don't even know.
Who knows?
No,
and it doesn't matter. They don't explain
have the memory capacity to hold it.
Let's also not forget, too, that at the end of the show, instead of doing this like at the end of a season into another season, Barry decides to throw the lightning into the air and gives 3 speedsters powers.
Yeah.
They gave us breadcrumbs that say, hey, check this out. We're going to give some more speedsters that we really want to see, and then not give you them.
And never spoken of again. Literally.
Never spoken, never seen again.
C-list comic speedsters, and only people who read, Flash comics would even know who they are. But he actually, chooses them instead of, him being chosen, or at least that's what Oliver would say is he was chosen. He throws the lightning out and chooses them. And then you see him do this little run, and then cuts to black.
It's just I'm trying to find the name right now.
You know how before every episode would end, how they would cut to the Flash logo, and then they would normally have that little after scene.
Yeah.
So the final cut to the Flash logo ever had Cecile getting proposed to.
Oh yes.
And that brings up my problem because during season 7, they literally hinted at it. So I thought they would get married off screen. Or in the first episode of the next
season. Be a whole wedding
season.
Episode. You're telling me there wasn't a wedding episode?
Who wants to bring up their baby that is just so elusive?
Yeah. So
and she finally appears as a 5-year-old.
In season 9, she finally appears. Like in 5, you see her as in 4, she's born. At the beginning of 5, you see her as a baby, and then through 6, 7, and 8, you don't see her at all. Yeah. And then in 9, she finally appears as like a 5-year-old.
Yes. So Barry gave powers to Max Mercury, which everyone was asking about Max Mercury. And then Avery Ho, who was introduced in 2016 in the comics, and then Jess Chambers, who appeared in Future State in 2021. And then it's like, okay, we have new speeches.
Wait, that character.
Oh yeah, we did see Avery earlier. Yeah, was it season 9 or season 8?
That character.
It was season 8, I believe.
But the Jess Chambers character had to exist before that because when Barry and Nora go back during episode 100, Thawne's like trying to figure out who Nora is, and he keeps name dropping comic speedsters, and Jess Chambers is one of the names that he mentions.
Well, when that episode aired, Jess was already created in the comics.
Yeah, I'm saying she had to be before Future State.
Okay.
I believe that Impulse went back in time to the day that Barry got struck by lightning, and he met a girl from Fast Track.
Yeah.
All these things, and they just don't like. There's so many things they were trying to cram in that they just never really fulfilled.
So did you? I just want to ask this. Did you finish watching Arrow?
Yes.
So, of course you did, because Katie Cassie's in it.
Remember how at the very end of Arrow they
That's the only reason I'm there, man.
I mean, it was she was so good though.
Yeah. I just want to ask.
You hated season 4, didn't you?
We all did.
So you're gonna.
What's season 4? I've never heard of season 4 in my life.
This is also gonna irritate you. Remember how in the end of Arrow they had that John Diggle Green Lantern tease?
Of course. Yep. Didn't he
So they completely ruined that by just delaying it over and over and over, having these appearances where he would show up randomly and say, "Hey, I still haven't been able to open this thing." And then whenever he visits Reverse Flash, who's imprisoned on Lian Yu, he's finally able to open it then, but then he just throws it away and says, "No, I don't want this." And then
that's the biggest load of garbage I've ever heard.
And then next season,
he's like, "I'm choosing my family over this."
Yes, exactly.
And then in the next season, there's an episode where Oliver comes back. I'll go ahead and say that. And then he says, "Hey, that ring was made to tempt you. You did the right thing." I'm like, "Screw you! No, we didn't."
Well, also, then they never said ring because he never knew it was in the box.
Or not ring. Like he said that.
No, I get your point, but like, he never actually knew what was in the box because the glow was so bright. He never knew what was in it. So that was a way of not saying, "Oh, it's not a ring."
And during the cameos that he went around for 5 episodes, there's a whole timeline that he just appears in each season of the different shows.
Yeah,
and he appears in Superman Lois, and then reference that freaking box.
Yeah, and then even in I think it was Supergirl, whenever he appeared, he said like worlds await me or whatnot. So that was an indicator that he knew what was going on, but clearly not.
No.
And didn't you see his beard gradually getting?
we're back at this again.
Yeah, at a point when they brought him into the season 2 finale of Superman and Lois, which in that episode they confirmed separate Earth. He looks exactly the same as he did in the Flash season 8.
Same clothes, same
beard,
same beard,
hair,
everything.
all of it.
And he asked, "You want me to change my look?" And they're like, "No."
Yeah, it was like he just walked off one set and went on to another one.
Yeah,
he literally just traveled through the multiverse to show up on that show, basically.
And even in season 1, they hint at the Crisis red thing,
and he
wiping the
references Crisis in season 1. She references it,
and he talks about Oliver too in
Oliver's
season 1.
death.
So I guess and then they completely changed that to where the only hero on this planet is Superman.
Only
after they said all that,
only powered hero.
Oh, and they get a lot of this too. So at the end of Crisis, you remember how they essentially reset the multiverse.
Yeah.
So when there were 5 episodes left of The Flash, that's when they finally found out that the multiverse was back.
Yeah, Oliver was the one to explain. I love how we're completely wrecking her brain.
we're technically just dissing on the Flash right now.
Thank you, Naruto, for the super chat. Eric Walls brings in Allegra purely because he did create the character and gives her way too much. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, because that was the only character that he created when he was a comic writer. So
they brought in this Allegra character, and she literally just takes over a bunch of screen time, which is fine if she's an interesting character, but they just don't make her interesting at all.
The only character that she has is her manufactured relationship that they took 3 seasons to build.
Yeah, and they make you wait forever for the inevitable that she's going to get with Chester, which is another character you don't know. It's so obvious they're going to get together, and they make you wait till the very end of the show. Oh, by the way, they're together now.
And speaking of Chester, they gave him like meta powers of black hole, right? And then like not explain it for like 4 seasons, and then finally say he still has the meta gene.
Yeah.
For the black holes.
Yeah, they save his life because he potentially could destroy everything. And all of a sudden, oh, he's on Team Flash now.
Yeah. And to basically explain what the Chester character is, imagine a Walmart Cisco. That's what this guy is.
Yeah, he was Cisco replacement. That's what he was.
Blah.
Yeah, I know.
And product placement too, because he had the
placement.
Supergirl.
Oh yeah, he had Supergirl lunch. Yeah, he loves Supergirl. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's fun.
That's fun. Preferably, he should have liked Black Canary, but you know.
And they did bring back. I will say one of the things in the Eric Wallace era that was enjoyable at parts was the Armageddon arc. I liked parts of that.
Yeah.
They brought back people like like Black Lightning, Adam, and then they brought back Oliver Queen's future daughter. And we thought that they were going to resolve the whole, cliffhanger from that backdoor pilot. They never did. So
they just added on to
later.
How hard is it to say that I saved my brother? The end.
Yeah. So presumably her brother is still kidnapped.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And for 2 years she hasn't found them yet.
Yeah.
No, never will at this point.
Nope.
So we had heard for season 10 that he wanted to do the Blackest Night story. It's impossible. There's no way the budget could have warranted a Black Knight story. And the thing is, they couldn't do Green Lantern. How could I know they did Deathstorm. I got that.
Yeah. Which
however,
surprised they made it look that way.
What did they do with Deathstorm? Oh, they made Deathstorm, but did they reference the Black Ring? No.
Nope.
No, nothing. So, and he wanted I wanted to bring Titans characters, Batwoman. I think he said even, did he say Swamp Thing or something else? He wanted to bring in a bunch
like Stargirl he wanted to bring in.
Stargirl, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You could not pull that off.
Nope.
You couldn't even do all the things they wanted to do for season 9. How could they do that for season 10?
In the middle of making season 9, they got their budget sliced again.
Yes.
So there was no way any of that was going to happen.
I don't like it when.
I'm sorry, we're just wrecking you right now.
Well, I don't like how he did that, because it's like you couldn't do it. So
you wanted to know what happened in season 9. We're telling you.
Hey, David Ramsey, you hear that? You know what thing's not happening, so stop telling people what things are in talks.
Justice you.
Justice you.
Oh,
it's going to happen.
Wait. Did that come out? Is that a thing?
Nope.
He led people on for way too long.
Yeah, he kept telling people at conventions that just keep waiting, hold on, and it never.
Nothing.
No.
Something magical is going to happen for that
you
boss.
know what, Jordan? I made the Justice you with all my images.
Wait, but didn't something come out? Was it? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. Yeah. No.
Another dumpster fire.
Yeah. Yeah. If you thought Batwoman was bad, these are the same writers, and it gets worse.
Oh, are they?
Well, I don't think Batwoman was bad. It's just that.
I'm just saying, if you didn't like Batwoman, you won't like Gotham Knights.
Yeah. Did you
Ruby
see
Rose
Gotham Knights?
Bad.
Did you see Gotham Knights?
Leslie was better.
No, you didn't want. Not even the pilot.
Except for her time on the Flash.
I don't blame you, because
it's not connected to anything I've been watching. I don't give a shit anymore.
Not even Misha Collins.
Exactly.
That.
Misha was actually decent as Harvey Dent.
Yeah, that was the only decent thing, but he couldn't.
I didn't finish it though. Did not finish it. I got to the episode where the lead, who is Batman's adopted son, kisses two girls in the same episode. I'm like, yeah, this is CW. This is
of course.
CW is.
And by the way, that adopted
this is the network that brought you Riverdale. Suddenly,
Riverdale.
Finally over.
Gotham City.
And by the way, that adopted son is not Dick Grayson, is not Jason Todd, is not Tim Drake, is not anyone you know. They make a character up.
Turner Hayes.
They make a character up.
Turner Hayes.
I hate this network.
Glorious Turner Hayes.
Now wait, hold on a second.
Yes.
I just want to say, so you finished all of the Flash.
Yes.
The last few seasons even included.
Yes.
But you won't finish Legends of Tomorrow.
No.
Legends of Tomorrow couldn't even finish Legends of Tomorrow.
But it was so much better than what you're talking about.
Canadagraphs. What is this, a crossover episode?
I was going to say, Legends couldn't even finish Legends.
Legends was so good,
they arrested them.
That was good. That was a good
never
burn.
Get to see them.
Yeah.
You got to admit, that was good, Katie. That was a good burn. Come on. They didn't. Well, I mean, also, too, there was all this, online thing about using the Flash to wrap up Legends. I'm like, no, because that's the
I
Flash
didn't
show.
want that. I
And,
did not want that.
and especially considering because Batwoman got canceled too at the same time, and even though it didn't really end on like the place where it necessarily needed to be resolved, they still chose to do somewhat of a resolution anyway. Botched that one. Brought in a C-list character from Supergirl, gave her a new power, and then you never saw her again.
That was Nia, right? My girly.
Yeah.
I will say that the cliffhanger felt like it was Clayface.
Oh, this is true.
Because it would have tied into the Earth Prime.
Day now.
Well,
I thought that was temporary.
I think it was temporary for Armageddon.
Did you see her go back? I can't.
Doesn't she have one of those devices that she can go back and forth?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And she can literally see herself and give her own advice.
Just imagine if she didn't go back to her time and just stayed in present day. I don't want to deal with my brother being kidnapped. I'll get to it later. How exactly does time work exactly? Can
and
literally she
maybe
just show,
like train William how to fight so he doesn't get kidnapped?
She trains William,
which
like
happens
now,
happened
later.
like 4 or 5 times. Like, how is this kid even alive?
She goes to where William is now in the present day, and it's like, okay, you're gonna get kidnapped in a couple years. I'm gonna train you so that it does not happen.
Yeah.
And then
there's so many little ways.
She's probably gonna have to keep coming back and saying that based on how many times he got taken.
I'm sorry, we couldn't find you for 2 years, but we're gonna have to train you so you don't do it.
Omni, what were you saying?
I was like, there's so many opportunities for all these different little like hung up storylines for them to just do something, but they always like, we'll save it for later, and they're never guaranteed later.
Nope.
Yeah.
I said that they could have resolved the Green Arrow and the Canaries cliffhanger, I feel, easily in a season of Legends of Tomorrow, because it might have saved them, because after season 3 they really stopped doing anything related to DC Comics, so that might
that's when it got really fun. Like
they could have wrapped up all these shows really easy, by the way, just by saying, hey, I saved my brother, the end. And then you have Legends, oh, they got out.
Or even just like an episode of Legends that would have just like they had connections or whatever. Hey, my brother got kidnapped. Can you jump to the future real quick and like help us out for an episode?
Or
that's a good point.
Or have the Flash just like CGI just running through the jail cell, grabbing them.
That's always the answer. Like, just use a CGI Flash. Just like,
of course.
Which not even the movie could do that.
And with it, I think they did that for like an Arrow episode where they needed proof that I'm friends with the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
he's on the phone.
He's just like and then leave a note on the thing like he's legit. Okay, so what do you need, Arrow?
So speaking of the Arrowverse, we have someone coming in he spoils a lot of Arrowverse stuff. Canadagraphs is here.
Oh, whoa.
What? Who? Me?
Yes.
What have I ever done? Name one fan out there that's been mad at me. One. Just find one.
Well, I can see
exactly. You can't.
Well, they didn't get mad at you necessarily. Well, no, you did get a lot of flack for the grave photo.
Yes.
For the which photo?
Gosh.
The grave photo and
you know what? Arrow. Yeah, me too.
The grave photo. Okay. Which he didn't actually take though. He didn't take the grave photo, did he? No.
Oh, I took the photo at the graveyard, but it was Punked Images that took the photos of like Katie Cassidy and all them walking to and from set.
Okay.
I just verified what the photo was about.
And then the meme of never ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that photo. I wonder who took that. That was obviously one of the actors.
I want to know who took it because we don't know who took that photo.
That is going to be used for everything until the end of time.
Actually, it probably wasn't an actor.
Musk did it too.
Behind the scenes person, maybe.
Yeah, it was probably it had to be like a AD or something because I doubt any of the actors that were at set just stood there and held the phone because they were all standing around the grave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been on one of their phones, but someone else took it.
I just love how they all took a group photo, and then Grant's like, "Okay, give me another photo."
Yeah.
And Stephen Mills like got so fed up with it that he's like, I'm done with this.
I know.
I think
Do something else.
I think we're aware by now that Stephen Amell, even though he likes to say things online, he gets irked by some things easily.
Oh yeah. Well,
He likes to act like, everything just rolls off my back, but in the
he's an
background,
actor,
he's sitting there. He's sitting there and he's like, "Why won't they leave me alone?"
I mean, it's like a whole thing. It would have been funny. I know he wasn't on set, but it would have been funny if he was actually in that one of the group photos. It's like, what? I'm right here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, at the funeral?
Yeah, they're all like all scattered. Yeah, he's the new Jason Todd. He gets resurrected, right? Yeah.
Oh man,
poor guy. Yeah, well, sorry, Katie, we bombarded you with all the Flash stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that sounds really
I will
unfortunate.
take fault for some of that.
Yeah.
Gosh, listen, like after Supergirl and Legends ended, I just kind of, I got the wind knocked
The
out of me,
Arrowverse was over
know?
for you.
Pretty much. I mean, listen, I'm still in the middle of Stargirl season 3 because I refuse to watch any more of it because then it's like, oh, then that's it. So
I got you. Because if you finish it, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So
I hear it.
it's
I
just-
hear
You
it
could
is
always
good.
finish Flash.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I have more of a problem with unsatisfying endings more than like shows that get canceled and you never have a fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that point.
And it's sad that out of all the Earth Prime shows, Arrow was the only one that not only had a proper ending, but also a good ending too.
Yeah.
Because like
That's-
Flash and Girl had endings, but they weren't good.
People might say at least the last bit of Supergirl, like the actual last scene of her revealing herself, that way it was handled in terms of like getting Cat Grant and everything to do it, but it's like the final season wasn't received well. But I don't know. Then again, I haven't actually seen it. I know the ending. I've seen the ending. Like,
I've seen the finale, and that's about it.
And
Honestly,
that one
I thought
infamous scene.
the finale was great. I loved
the actual episode, or
well, the two-parter. It was like a two-parter.
it was a two. It was
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
Oh,
really?
okay.
Yeah.
Two-parter.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will
I thought
say
it was
that
a great finale.
to stray away from like my Smallville kick and whatever.
Yeah, please stray away.
I will say that Lucifer had a good
Yes.
open
Yeah.
ending.
Oh, Lucifer is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Lucifer was so. Thank God Netflix saved that from the Fox disaster. Fox were stupid to end when they did it.
I was like, Tom Willings in there, and they cancel it again. What the heck?
Bringing back Smallville again. Thank you.
The thing with
done with the Smallville kick.
Yes.
the thing with
I
Fox
liked
ending it
Legends.
though is because
I liked
Sorry.
Legends too, except for the cliffhanger. I mean, like it was
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Oh.
Like the cliffhanger was like, oh man,
Ridiculous.
Like, our
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like I thought it was an acceptable ending. It was just like, oh, more escapades.
Well, did you like the fact that Booster Gold was randomly thrown in at the end, though? Or
I
no?
thought it was fun. Honestly,
Okay.
I thought it was
Yeah.
fun. I did.
That
I like
is
the
such a
last
Legends
season.
ending when you think about it, because like them
He was-
constantly screwing up
like
the time.
they wanted
and
him
now they're finally paying
so
for it.
bad, and they finally
Yeah.
like,
considering
he showed up and he finally was like, it was like, here he is, we
And then
did
they're
it.
gone.
Like, here, like that's how I felt.
Apparently,
Turk from Scrubs.
apparently in the Earth Prime comics, there is mention of them getting out, but we never actually visually see it in the show.
Yeah, I hate
Like-
the fact that they have these comics that people are just supposed to know. Like
No,
90% of the people that watch TV aren't also reading the comics.
So they only see Legends being arrested, and that's it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently
Yep.
in one of those comics, Oliver as the
I
Spectre
don't
came
remember
back.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember that being mentioned in the comic.
Yeah, it was during when the I think the Legends part.
I have to go back and reread it. I don't remember that coming up.
I just find it still amazing that Legends made it as long as they did, considering back in season 3,
Yeah.
I had heard from the crew, we don't know if we're coming back.
I
Damn.
apparently I skimmed through it when I was reading it, so
Of course did.
I didn't see the
course you did.
wordings for the Legends, but
Mhm.
Lance, who is a comic book like nerd or whatever, tells me like they mentioned the Legends got out. So I'm like, well, if he says it, he knows it.
But do we really trust Lance with actually giving us accurate information?
Lance.
Yeah.
Who-
Well, he like has proved me wrong on so many levels of comics.
Oh.
I'm like, ouch.
That's the guy from After Party.
Yeah, well, the inferior host of After Party. Let's be honest.
Wow.
You know, it's worth watching when it's Darren hosting.
But yeah, he does have his comic book knowledge. You have your like Chainsaw. You have your like books of comic books, but
yes,
he has a whole room.
And it's all packed up. It's not even there right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing there right now.
Yeah, there's boxes and crap everywhere. Yeah, because I'm moving. You know.
No, the wood panel room. We're gonna miss the wood panel room.
Yeah, literally the wood. Yeah, and like I think so. Next week we're gonna have another Council of Creators, and then I think the following week is gonna be whoever wants to show up. It's not gonna be a Council of Creators. It's gonna be the last stream in my house, and then that's it. It's done. And I'm driving that Friday, and that's it.
And then Saturday they tear the house down.
Yeah.
It's just a set on a studio, right?
Yes, exactly. Actually, all the budget from all the Arrowverse shows came to this.
That's what I thought. It explains a lot.
The $3 that was left?
$3, yes.
So, do you have like a makeshift place that you'll be able to set up where you're moving to for the time being?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'll have my own room. I'll actually be out of the way because I'm in the living room right now.
You have your own dungeon?
Yeah, my own dungeon.
Oh,
people,
so
people still think I'm in a basement. So
yeah, I also think you're in a basement.
That's the bathroom. That's the bedroom. That's where my wife and the dog are. I'm gonna actually be in my own room. So it's actually gonna be I'll be out of the way. So I'm actually not taking up a whole living room. So
you guys got a pseudo house tour in this stream.
So I'm in the living room, right?
Yeah.
That's the kitchen.
The kitchen is over there, yeah.
The kitchen is.
It's like people say I'm in the basement. The front door to the damn house is right off camera. It's right here.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the smallest fucking house in the world. So when
See,
I'll
like,
be
that's
streaming.
Like oh no, go ahead.
No, you had no.
No, I was just saying my house is basically an apartment. Like I have a 2-family house and I'm upstairs. So it's 1 bedroom and it's my room and then there's the living room. But like that's also like where my mom like is and like she sleeps in the living room because there's only 1 bedroom. So like I have to carry all of my junk in there. Like I can't have a cute setup. It's like there's the couch, there's the window, and like that's it. Because like I can't put all my junk in there. So, like I gotta
I live alone, so I can't
have my posters or anything in there. But
yeah.
I need like a little den.
Omni1Media with his dark room. If you turn on the lights, you'll see like a shit ton of stuff.
He has like all stuff.
Mr. Rich over here.
Like him, and if we had Eric on right now, you'd be able to see the comparison between those two.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what my setup's going to be. All I know is that I know what the room is, but like I don't know what's to look like when it's cleared out for me to have the desk and everything. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But I'll be out of the way. I'll actually be in a closed room away, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Wow, moving on up. Let's go.
Oh well, trying.
I mean, yeah, because he's a Netflix star now.
Yeah, I'm a Netflix star.
He's geographically moving on up.
Yeah, literally. Geographically.
Literally,
up.
Yeah.
I'm still in hell, Florida.
Literally with the temperature.
I'm still in hell.
You live in Florida? I am so sorry for you.
Oh, that's such a Canada way to say that. Sorry.
I have rarely found a place that I did not enjoy more than Florida.
Wow.
People were just like miserable there, little snobby, and it was warm in January. Like I don't understand them.
If you come to Florida, you're gonna realize that people get irritated with the 100-degree weather.
Really?
Well, like I said, it was January. It was January when I was there, and I was out there in shorts.
Exactly.
That shouldn't be a thing.
We don't get cold until February and March.
Jesus.
I get so many weird looks because, me being in North Carolina where I live, I get so many weird looks for wearing shorts in January, but it feels completely normal to me.
Yeah, I'm not prepared for a foot of snow.
January.
Michigan's gonna be a lot different. Yes.
I thought you lived in Georgia this whole time.
I'm living in North Carolina. I'm leaving though. This is my last month. I'm literally leaving my job in 2 days. I'm turning my stuff.
And you're moving to where?
Michigan.
Oh,
that's
wow! Wow.
Yep.
That is a big change. Dang.
We'll see what happens.
Good news is you won't have to probably deal with a hurricane for a while.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what kept causing my power to flash last time. I was like right on the edge of it.
Yeah.
I'm literally in the dead zone for hurricanes, just like wham, wham, wham.
Yeah. And you stay there though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he stays there. The Faribault video, I mean, it's gonna be that last stream that I do, so it'll probably be like it'll be that last stream on that week, and her mom and cousin will be here because they're helping us move. So
you should have the song from Fast and Furious where it goes like, "It's been a long road."
Yeah.
See you again. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But winter is fun though. You get all cozy, you get the hot chocolate.
Oh yeah. My wife, of course, grew up and lived there and everything all this time before she moved down here. And she's like, I cannot wait to actually get some nice weather because it's constantly it's September. It's still hot as hell here. She hates it. So
I'm just gonna guess she in general does not like North Carolina weather.
No, because she got here and it's like it doesn't snow. It gets cold in the winter, but literally as soon as spring hits, it's back to being warm now.
Yep.
So
and then it still stays warm into September.
Yeah, it's still warm. It's probably gonna still be warm into October here, probably. So yeah, it's just bad, and I think it's been getting worse here. Like less snow. Less like how long it stays cold, and it's just hotter. I think because global warming.
That's kind of the vibe most places.
Yeah,
I've noticed here in Vancouver, most of my life, especially my adult life, we rarely got snow here. Which people think Canada it just snows all the time, but we would get like, maybe 2 inches of snow over the entire winter. But in the last 5 or 6 years, we get a good dumping of 6 to 12 inches. At least once, and then another 4 or 5 smaller dumpings every winter. But it's offset by the fact that we're now having summers where it gets up to 35 Celsius, and we've never dealt with that in our lives. Like a hot day in Vancouver in like 1995 was 26. Like we'd be like, oh my God, we're melting. But now 35 is just something every summer it happens for a few days,
You guys get 95 Fahrenheit up there? Wow.
For a few days, yeah. Last year or the year before? One of those days we had the first recorded 40 Celsius in BC or in the Lower Mainland because there's parts of BC that are a desert. So it does get over 40 Celsius there sometimes, but that's like a 6-hour drive from Vancouver. But here, we had a recorded day of 40 Celsius a couple of years ago. Not in Vancouver itself, but like in the general Vancouver area. And so that's new to us.
Insane.
I'm like, you're kind of close to the North Pole, so I'm like, doesn't that melt the ice cap or something?
You would think.
I have to every year rebuild my igloo. It's just so frustrating. Like you see, I've got bricks of like ice that I'm holding in my room until it's cool enough to start rebuilding.
Exactly.
Dinosaurs.
That is hilarious.
By the way, I just want to point out that I think it is really uncool that 3Dub is here without some glasses on.
Oh yeah, he's the only person with glasses. I did not realize that.
You mean my blue light glasses?
Go for it.
Go for it, man. Oh yeah, because there was that one where like me, 3W, and then Eric's Reloaded, we all had hats on, and then I think Jordan was feeling a little left out, so he puts on like a Santa hat.
Uh-oh.
No, yeah.
He went away.
And then the next one over, he's like, oh, like at least he's like, at least Canada's not wearing a hat now, so I'm fine. And then
puts one on.
He just grabs a hat within arm's reach.
Slaps the hat on. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my God.
right there.
There we
Yay.
go. Circle is now complete.
There it is.
Yeah, it's my blue light blocker for screens that don't hurt my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I have that in my glasses too.
Yeah, me too.
This is Council of Glasses now.
It's so we can see better.
It's our alternate personality. Like if I take them off, you don't know who I am now.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm. I get that so much.
Oh,
I
God.
went into work for Halloween and I literally had my contacts in, and everyone just goes, I would have never known that's you. I'm like, ma'am, please. Like,
Wow.
it cannot possibly be that.
I'm not Superman.
Yes,
There's a
I'd be
target
Superman,
guy.
Like,
Katie.
I didn't know who you were until you started talking. I'm like, there is literally no way. Like,
I
Yeah,
literally
it's
had.
You
I
could
don't
be
understand.
Superman,
Now we
Katie.
understand. Now we all understand how Superman has been able to get away with this for 70 years.
Yeah.
Hey,
As far as
I'm a staunch defender of the Superman thing.
I mean, you
I
are
would say
wearing
that
his logo.
my
Yeah.
favorite
See, Katie, you
line
could be
of
Supergirl.
my favorite line of my adventures with Superman, with Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
The whole like, how could you not tell? I mean, you must be the stupidest.
She figured it out. figured it out.
She goes like, Clark Kent, Superman, and then he puts on his glasses and he's like, I'm Clark Kent, and then he takes them off and I'm like, I'm Superman. Duh.
You know,
It was actually kind of nice to see Lois figure it out for once and not have Clark tell her.
oh yeah, like oh by the way, like well she was like theorizing and then she's like I'm gonna stick to him to see what he's gonna do. Yeah.
And then Jimmy's like, I was waiting for you to tell me, man.
That's why I like. I was talking about Lois and Clark, not with the.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Oh.
So yeah.
Sorry. I thought you just mentioned Lois and Clark as characters.
Yeah, I was
I didn't
trying
know
to
you were
say
talking
my,
about the
my
show.
adventures with Superman, and then I got mixed with Lois and
Yeah,
Clark.
you did. You were
because-
like
Yeah,
crossing
So I meant
streams.
Lois and Clark.
there's like a 80-year difference there, but
30
not,
year
not
actually.
80. Jesus, not 80,
What?
like 30.
Go to bed.
80.
Math is hard, okay?
Yeah, math. I hate math. I hate doing math.
I can do it up to a point, but when you get to up to about here, don't ask me anymore. I mean,
And I
no
was
joke.
doing a perfect impression of the guy that was doing it too.
I just so many times I was like, I want to find the gravestone of the person who put letters in math and give it a swift kick.
That is true. Because that changed my whole perspective on math. Like I can't do this. Like
Yeah.
at first I was bad at math in general, but like, oh, you're gonna add in letters?
yeah.
Really?
But yeah.
Like I could do algebra. I just didn't like it.
I didn't want
I
to.
didn't-
Yeah,
I didn't want to have to do. Funny enough, the mental math of trying to figure out what a letter is the equivalent of. Just tell me the equivalent, and I can do the rest of it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you knew that part, yeah.
Yeah. It's like 2 plus B equals C. You know, what are B and C? Who knows?
But yeah, then they finally smarted her up, and she finally got in My Adventures of Superman, that the animation.
Yeah,
I'm talking
that
about
show.
Yeah, that show. They smarted her up to where she figures it out.
Well, Lois
Which
is
is
supposed to be
awesome.
smart. Yeah, Lois has to.
But- Then
I like
you
that
have,
one
like
thing
Lois
with her-
and Clark, that one that doesn't figure it out, and someone has to literally go like, "I'm Clark Kent, I'm Superman."
Yeah. What were you saying,
Kent.
Omni?
I'm still
listen,
Clark. Yeah.
yeah. So, what are you saying, Omni?
I was like that one scene, like in the finale with her father is like, "Do you always wear glasses?"
Yeah, that's
There you go.
He's like, "He looks familiar."
And that reveal, by the way, of the general, that took way too long. Like we know who that is, but
Yeah.
And,
it would have been more surprising if he wasn't.
I
Right?
like.
Yeah.
I
think
the
it just
excuse
doesn't
that,
help.
He gave Jimmy when he figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
true.
the door was broken.
Oh yeah, the handle broke. He broke the handle.
Yeah.
And he breaks their clock every morning.
Yeah, because in the first episode, he broke his shoe. He was breaking the sink or whatever. It's like, dude, this guy's a disaster. He's a mess.
What is with
God.
superheroes and breaking sinks accidentally? I mean, Wolverine did it. Superman's doing
Wolverine
it.
did.
Teen Wolf
Spider-Man
did it. I'll
did
tell you that too. That's the
Teen
first
Wolf?
thing to happen too. Teen
Yeah.
Wolf.
Teen
I
Wolf
will
did it,
forever
yeah, right.
defend Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is
Never
a
seen it.
fantastic.
Same here.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
Same
Is
here.
it
So
good?
good.
It's worth the
It's
watch.
fantastic.
Wait. The
Season
movie, the
3?
Michael Jackson movie, or the
No. The
uh,
show.
No.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Sorry, Michael Jackson. Michael J. Fox. I meant.
Dude,
I believe in Thriller,
Didn't even
and
think
you're
about it.
getting.
No,
I was
not
thinking
the Michael
Thriller, yeah.
Jackson.
oh, this fucking
No,
chat.
season 3, I'm telling y'all right now, season 3, specifically the second half of it, is literally some of the best TV I've ever seen in my life. It is incredible. And everyone's like,
So-
Teen Wolf, that's dumb. It's Teen Wolf. But like it gets so dark and like
It is so dark.
scary.
Yeah.
Like it gets really, really. Season 1's like
And
she's kind of.
gruesome.
I'm not gonna lie. She's
There are a lot
super
of
girl
Arrowverse
season 1.
actors who appeared in that.
She's
Okay.
cheesy. But like
I'm
season
just-
2, even season 3, 4, everything. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
And
it is. I will
Peter
forever.
Hill,
That's the
you
show
know,
I
like
rewatch. I don't rewatch shows like ever in full. I have rewatched
Yeah.
that show 5 times, and I do not
And-
rewatch any show.
and Peter Hill, who's Ian Bowen, appears in Superman and Lois.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
there,
know.
are, there are a lot of people.
Tyler
like, from Teen Wolf
Hoechlin,
who
he's
went on to
in,
appear in Arrowverse stuff.
I
Boy, I
still
know
want-
was in it.
I still want Tyler
Crystal
Posey
Reed from
to
Swamp Thing
appear.
is in it.
And she was in Gotham too, wasn't she?
Who?
Yeah,
Yes,
Crystal
yep,
Reed.
and Gotham too. Yep.
and I still want like Tyler Posey
What's his
to
face?
appear in Superman and Lois because
What's his face? What's his face?
Falcon's daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, but what the heck, Jackson? Oh my gosh, what's his name? Roy,
oh,
who plays Roy in Arrow.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's also in
What's his
Swamp Thing.
name? You know that guy. What the
Yeah,
heck is his name?
I can't think of it. I mean, I know what you're
I-
talking about. I just can't think.
I'm just
Whatever,
so
you
flabbergasted
know.
at the whole Michael Jackson, Michael J. Fox screw.
It's like,
It's still
I got
putting
the
my
right
brain.
Michael though.
I know, but it's definitely not the same.
But you know, like Thriller and Teen Wolf, they're both about wolves that are teens. I mean, it's an easy
It's the same
mistake.
thing. It's the same thing.
Michael J.
Hey, in
Michael
the mul-
Jackson. There's a J.
In the
was there-
multiverse.
I mean,
In the
I vividly remember watching when Michael J. Fox first moonwalked across the stage, and
Like,
Was
you're not
there
ready
a
for that
flashpoint
yet.
in this universe where instead of Michael J. Fox and Eric Stoltz getting replaced,
oh my god,
now Michael
when
J.
they did
Fox
that whole thing in the Flash movie, I was just laughing so
Yeah, I
hard.
mean, that's a hilarious inside joke if you know the backstory behind Back to the Future.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Last
Yeah,
time
that actually was one of the things I laughed at the most in that movie.
One of the only things
Yeah.
I laughed at in that movie.
Last time I say names on the stream.
Yeah, I think Omni's right. In the multiverse somewhere, Michael Jackson was in Teen Wolf. Probably, it's
Somewhere,
probably
probably.
out there.
Hey,
But then there's
you
pro-
saw
there's
that Thriller video.
there's probably a multiverse out there where we got Green Arrow and the Black Canaries. There's probably a universe out there where
Where is that universe?
Where Flash season 9 was good.
Well, season 9 was good. There's probably a universe out there where the DCU didn't fall off the rails.
Yeah.
There's many
Where,
things.
where we would have got Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Ooh, that's
have you all seen Lost? So there
No.
might be. Oh, you
Yeah.
haven't.
Yes,
No.
I have.
Okay. Well, I was going to say the joke would be like, there's probably a universe where they actually don't die.
Yeah.
no idea.
God.
No idea.
Yeah, spoiler alert for people that literally just found it.
Well, come on. That ended up
I like how he says spoiler alert like 30 seconds after he says what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like he says, I was gonna say, and then he says, "I'm like, dude, why'd you say it then?"
Michael Boyer Stewart. These timelines are so confusing.
I mean, after that name
that is
mix-up,
true. Deadpool's like the timelines are so fucking confusing.
yeah, I mean, after that name screw up, this is the point of no return for this guy.
Pretty much.
I like how you tried to figure out which way it's going.
It's flipped.
He always does that. He's like,
if I'm pointing to you from my frame of reference, I'm pointing left, even though he's at my right on this camera.
Yeah.
I have to go the
I had to
opposite way.
mirror mine because it got me really confused.
I gotcha.
Before
Wait,
I mirrored it. Let me take a swerve for a second because
that's
I need
weird.
something. What?
That's weird. The mirroring thing, as you mentioned, like, oh, I can do that. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, what do you need?
Anything to watch. Anything. Like I'm bored
ooh.
because I'm at this point where I'm so desperate. A few months ago, by the way, I'm still. Oh my gosh, I literally found out that Peyton List was in Cobra Kai, so I just binged all
Which
of her
Peyton
storylines.
List?
Like,
blonde
shut
one.
up.
The blonde
I'm like,
one.
oh my gosh, Cobra Kai. Yeah, I totally know Cobra Kai for sure.
What was she in? What was she in before Cobra Kai? What
Jesse.
was she?
She's a
Yeah,
Disney
she's
Channel
like
star.
a Disney person, and I was
Oh,
watching
yeah,
her
okay.
on. There's Paramount show called School Spirits that I watched like 3
That's a good
episodes
show.
of.
It's a good show. I like
I didn't
it.
finish it yet, but
It's good. It's good. Finish it.
And
Please
I
finish
saw
it.
an
It's
interview
good.
and it said like Cobra Kai's list, and I was like, Cobra Kai? What is she? She's beating people up. What is she doing?
Yes.
And then
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait,
Okay,
she's
the
like,
fact that
cool.
the fact that you haven't finished School
Very good.
Spirited is a problem. You need to finish the show.
Oh,
It's
really?
Never seen
Really?
School Spirits.
It's good. It is. If you
It
like,
got up
if
to
you like,
season
yeah.
2, didn't it? Like it
Yes,
got renewed, I
yes.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to finish it. A show to watch. Like, okay, what streaming services do you have?
I have
All of them?
Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus.
Have
Amazon
you seen Wednesday on
Prime.
Netflix yet?
Have you seen Stranger
Wednesday?
Things?
I have not seen Stranger Things. I have
Or
not.
Wednesday? Wednesday?
I have
Or
not seen
the
Wednesday either.
X-Files.
Okay, Wednesday's one season right now. Get on Wednesday. It's really good. Yeah, it's
The
Wednesday.
X-Files.
Yeah, Stranger Things has.
X-Files.
Yeah.
I'll give you,
Of course.
X-Files.
Of course, the
Plug it.
X-File.
I know he's.
He
I know
went, he
he's-
went to a. Was
he's-
that an
he's
X-Files
working
specific
Smallville.
con
Yeah.
that you went to? Okay.
The
X-Files
30th anniversary.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Had lunch with the creator and all
Nice.
kinds of stuff. It was fun.
That's-
There you go. Yeah,
I will
I know
say
this
a
guy
dream
over
of
here is going to
mine-
recommend Smallville.
dream of mine at
Yeah.
some point is to go to oh no, to go to Power Morphicon.
Dude, me
which is
too.
The Power
That'd be pretty
Rangers
awesome.
That's one
convention.
I really want to do that.
I want to go. I want to go so bad. Ugh.
no, that's
I'm
X-Files.
so excited for that. That's the thing I'm most excited for is the new Power Rangers season because last season
Is it a
was
new
so
show?
good.
Yeah.
Is it a
I'm
new
so
show?
good.
Yeah, like
it's
they're
a new
starting
show.
a new
It's
show.
technically
Okay.
the 3rd season of Dino Fury.
I have no
Okay.
idea what you're just
Yeah.
saying. All I know is that there's a new show. Okay.
Yeah.
It is, and it's supposed to be like
They're going to adult it up.
yeah.
like-
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be a kid show
Dark
anymore.
and gritty, man.
They literally cut off an arm for a ranger, so they cripple a ranger.
Wait, wasn't there like a fan
they killed
thing
one
that
of
was
them.
like
They killed the main
They-
guy.
wasn't there like a
second.
fan thing a number of years ago that had some big name actors in like a Power Rangers?
Yes.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's a
And
YouTube
obviously,
thing.
Jason David Frank is the legend.
Yeah.
And may he rest in
He
peace.
still has that movie coming out, right? Legend of the White Dragon or
Yeah.
something.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
post-mortem.
Which David Ramsey is in.
Yeah, David Ramsey. Diggle's in
Really?
it. Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ooh, another extension to the Diggleverse.
Oh, thank you, Kiana. We need to find a Universal Justice U got made.
Yeah.
That's true.
Speaking
Like-
of Diggleverse extensions.
Dude, like that's how like bad it is out here. Like my most excited. Like I can't wait for the new Power Rangers season. Like I have nothing anymore. But I do. I
Have you
still.
It is pretty thin.
Have you seen
TV right now is pretty thin.
This is a basic
God,
one.
it is.
Have you seen Avatar:
So
Last
good.
Airbender? I know it's a basic one. Have you seen that?
Yes, like but when it was on like Nickelodeon, like I never watched the whole thing like straight through.
need to watch
but,
the
like,
whole
I'd
thing.
watch it
It's
on
on
Yeah,
Netflix,
you need
I
to watch
think.
the whole
Yes.
thing. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can,
Netflix go.
It's-
Yeah.
so you can
masterpiece.
hate on the live actions when they come out.
We don't talk about that.
I don't think I want to see that one. To be
No.
honest.
So Naruto's recommending One Piece, which Omni will attest. It's really good because he's
And
reacting
me.
to all the episodes.
And me.
Yeah,
and me.
Are we talking about the new one or the?
The live action, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Well,
It's really good.
good.
I
That's
now
gonna
own a
surprise
straw
me.
hat.
I
You want a straw hat now?
Hold it off.
I would say The Witcher is good too, but the lead is about to get swapped. So
Already is.
Oh
swapped, yeah.
right,
Yeah, it already
right,
is.
right.
Yeah.
So I'd say everything with Henry Cavill as the lead is good, but then after that,
You
yeah.
get Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth's brother.
All I'll say on that, even though I stopped watching it pretty early on, is you can't judge it till you see his portrayal. You know,
That's true.
Like-
I don't know.
look
I
what
mean,
happened with like
Affleck.
I'm trying to think. Who?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone through 37 Batmans.
No, that's true.
And Robert Pattinson, I thought he was going to be like Twilight, Sparkle.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he went from playing a vampire to playing a bat. So.
Yeah, you know.
That's true. Dang. I will say I'm working my way through The Boys, which is very
Oh,
Ooh,
he-
the best series.
but
Get
like
Chainsaw on
I'm
this.
not a person that watches- He doesn't oh my gosh. It's really good. It's
No,
really good.
he's mad at them because they like gave him a copyright strike or something.
He's
Yeah,
going
they-
to
I'm
the
they-
hell out of that show.
because I would like to. Although how I fell off the face of the earth again with my YouTube channel, I post like once every 4 months.
It's all
But
good.
like, I'm scared of the copyright stuff with Amazon because I don't know how they work.
Yeah,
Well, Chainsaw.
They're fucking strict. Well, at least they were back when I reacted to season 1 when it was coming out. They kept
But it's
blocking
so
my
weird.
videos.
Because there's literally hundreds of the boys' reactions up. In fact, I've got like 2 of them in my tabs right now.
And they didn't get touched.
Yeah, they reached out to me, being like, "Hey, can I use one of your clips in the promo?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Really?
Yeah, well, back during season 1, they literally I was seeing the reactors upload the episode reactions with longer footage and hardly any cuts versus mine. They were fine. My video goes up, it gets blocked, and then they wouldn't release it. And
that's crazy.
I just gave up. I gave up. I said, I'm done. I'm done watching
Like
this show.
I've heard that. Yeah. Like I've heard that though with almost every different producer out there. Like there's people that have trouble with WB, then there's people that have trouble with Disney. Then they're like, I don't understand. Like someone in the office just like looks at your face and like, I don't like his face. Like
I think that's what it is.
Someone just posted in the comics is saying Ahsoka should have just seen Cecile.
Oh my god!
Would have solved the entire show.
Yeah.
I heard Legend of Vox Machina is really good too.
Oh, so
if you're in it, yeah.
Do you want to tell Katie about your Netflix debut?
Oh yeah, well I was in a Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp documentary. Yeah,
I heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you're here with a real live Netflix star.
Yeah,
and a cameo star.
Oh yeah,
and has your cameo actually like started now?
No, no one gives a shit. I did that on a whim, just sign up for cameo while.
But I thought, like, did they ever finally put your page up? Is what I meant.
Oh yeah, it's finally up there now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, my cameo.
Yeah, so I did it as a joke because we were looking at cameos of like.
They have a streamer section.
Yeah, they have they had a section of like different actors, and we found out that Melissa Benoist is $400 to get a cameo. Chris Wood, Monel is $500. So we're going through this whole thing a couple weeks back on the stream, and so I'm like, can I sign up for cameo? And I did it as a joke, thinking that it wouldn't work. And they approved me immediately. All I had to do was to get my account in terms of like my actual account to go up and be viewable. I had to make one of those intro videos, which I didn't do, but I'm like they like, we'll let you know when you're approved immediately. I was approved. Yeah, there's no question of verification besides like, oh, we need your driver's license to prove who you are. Besides that, okay, you're a YouTuber. All right.
It's like, all right, you can.
It's so simple to do. Yeah.
That's weird. Oh my god.
That's interesting.
Oh god.
Yeah, this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
This is still funny.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure somebody has already asked him that.
And he's like, no.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I'm on Cameo, and no one has bought one, and it's fine because it's just a joke. I really didn't expect anybody to do it. Oh yeah, so yeah, this boys is getting a spinoff. Yeah, Jin.
I heard. Yeah, somebody told me
comes
about
out on the 29th.
I didn't finish
Of
season
September?
3 yet, so nobody told me anything about that.
No problem.
The day I'm driving.
What season are you on?
I'm on like episode 3 of season 3. So,
Oh, okay, so you're close to done.
yeah.
So,
You just got to hammer it out in the next couple weeks.
So you've seen the soldier, right? I can't remember back then. So did he appear? In
Well,
the
I'm up to the
Not
point
yet.
where they're looking for him. Right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't
Oh,
say that.
okay,
Don't
okay.
say that to Spoiler Boy over there.
Don't say anything.
Spoiler Boy, you like 3W likes to spoil things apparently.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Be careful,
You're-
spoiler.
And I get the rep. I get the rep for spoiling things.
Ugh.
You're finally gonna
He's
have
the
to
spoiler.
acknowledge- You're finally
I've-
gonna have to acknowledge the boys because Homelander's in Mortal Kombat.
No, literally, is he? That's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
He's a
he is.
DLC character, yes.
No,
and Omni-Man
literally the
from
reason-
Invincible.
the
Oh,
reason I
Invincible's
started
another show.
watching-
Invincible's a show you should watch.
Invincible's
I heard
awesome.
about Invincible too. The reason I
Yeah.
literally
And the
started watching
X-Files.
it.
And the X.
No,
God,
the reason I started
God,
watching
this
the
is literally
boys
what's
was
called.
because
Omni-
they were playing Call of Duty, and then they had like a
Oh, they're in, the boys are in Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
pack.
I
And I
forgot.
was
Oh
like,
yeah.
wait, there's like a girl in the boys? I'm like,
Yes.
come on. And if anybody knows me,
Kinda.
because there's a woman involved in it, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Where's
Dana
the show?
Scully
Where is
in
it?
the X-Files.
Have you guys ever?
Female
This
character
guy.
ever?
Has
What?
anyone here ever read any of the boys' comics?
Nope.
Kind of
So
funny
I
we
will say,
have
like when I watched the series, I was like, okay, this is pretty messed up. And then I look at the comics, I'm like,
Yeah, I've heard the comics are worse.
Like, it can't be more messed up, right? I was
Yeah.
very wrong.
It is. I'm not
I've
a
heard.
person that likes gore. Like that's why, like normally, like these teen shows are enough for me because I'm like, okay, that's enough. But like
Yeah.
the first episode episode with the hands.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh no. But like, I just have to sit through it because I have nothing else to watch right now. Like,
So,
but it's,
did you
it's a
watch
phenomenal
the
show.
Logan movie?
Peacemaker.
What?
It
So
did-
I was gonna say you hate gore. Did you watch Logan?
No, I did not.
You need to watch Logan.
No, Logan is the most boring movie ever made.
Of course, you would say that.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy, yeah.
I would like to point out that we have like two people like straight line who are a fan of a specific show and know everything about.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much. Oh my god.
Me, Smallville, and him, X-Files.
I mean, yeah, like
All Vancouver shows.
And then her is Teen Wolf.
yeah.
Well,
What,
mine's half and half. They vacated your puny country after 5 seasons.
Yeah, I forgot about the infamous "We Don't Get Sunshine Ever" fiasco.
Oh God.
Yeah.
well, it's funny because I don't remember Omni ever mentioning X-Files before today. So like before, like he of course went to that thing. I'm like, okay, he went to that. That's cool. I didn't realize he was in X-Files. So like now he's like X-Files. You need to watch
X-Files.
X-Files.
Yeah,
No,
he's never watched
Yeah,
X-Files. He's never watched X-Files before like a week ago, and then he just binged the whole show for this convention.
It makes sense.
He's on a high.
I mean, it's become an unofficial. It's definitely a part of the unofficial Omni-Media drinking game.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. if in any video I make a reference to the X-Files, Kingdom Hearts, or like there's a list of shit. So you just haven't been graced with it yet, and I'm just still like snorting.
I will say, I feel like
X-Files
every
Coke
time
right now.
I've spoken to Omni, there's been at least one X-Files reference.
We need to make
I
a
shall be back
3W
in a minute.
We need to make a
Okay.
3W drinking game for every time he mentions Smallville.
Yes, because we'd be plastered by like 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
I know
Jesus.
217 episodes. Let's go.
Yes, yes, Kiara. I did have a voice cameo in Superman Solar. I was asked to do a voiceover, so I did. Yes,
Wow.
I got paid all the big bucks too. Yeah, all the big monies. Yeah, I got paid so much money.
Come on, Netflix is
I
small
actually
compared to
paid to help make the movie to get the movie made. So that's what I did.
Oh my god.
And I guess I'll say this. I don't think it's been announced yet, but there's a guy that I've been following for a while, and I did a voice over for one of his projects. He does like these like animated like things. He's making a Spider-Man animated thing, and I'm voicing Morbius. So we'll see how that goes. The voice is not great, but I'm like, I'll try out because I don't care. And he's like, all right, cool.
time.
Yeah, I really hope that's in the script. I would love Morbin time.
No, you just need to go. You won't like me when I'm hungry.
And then you-
When I'm morbid.
You won't like me when I'm morbid.
Too bad there's not a
Oh.
cicada voiceover.
I would love if someone made a Flash fan thing with that cicada.
I'll get to work on that.
Gracie, we have to do this. They all deserve to die.
Die.
And see,
Yeah,
and-
that
and see,
clip.
now you've seen that with no context.
Yeah, now.
Yeah. I have no
I remember
clue.
watching. So I remember watching that clip live, and
Okay, here it is.
and my wife was like off camera. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot believe they all deserve to die. Like, why was that a fucking take?
Yeah.
What'd you find, Omni? What'd you find?
The things that have to hit for you to take a shot or whatever
Okay.
for it. Do I mention Power Rangers? Do I mention X-Files? Darth Revan, Kingdom Hearts, just out of pocket movie quotes, or shadow dropping my age?
Yes.
Shadow dropping your age.
Wait, where did that last one come from? Does that happen?
Yeah,
Does that
because
happen?
people underestimate how old I am a lot of the time.
Yeah, when
Oh.
I thought you were in your 20s this whole time.
Yeah, no.
When
I
heard
thought he
the word,
was
I
in his
like,
30s.
He is
So,
in his
yeah.
30s, right?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
so you are. aren't you?
35.
Damn, old man.
Yeah. I'm literally 30. That's literally.
I'm 30 as well. I'm 30 as well. I feel.
I'm about to be 31. So
Yeah, this is actually the title of the project, Morbsaw. It's Diggle time. Yeah.
God, and I think I said this before you got here, Katie. I said there's a reason the Morbius movie released on April Fool's Day.
Yes.
Dang.
I still can't
'cause-
believe they did that.
Well, it's also like funny
they
too,
knew what they were doing.
because that movie came out, but Batgirl couldn't. That was kind of what we were from. Like Batgirl
Well-
couldn't be released, but Morbius, and
What's
also
wor-
And then they had to re-release No Way Home again to earn the Morbius money back.
I can
Yes.
tell you which one's the worst one. Take your mom to Deadpool 1.
Oh my God.
Ooh, that
boy.
I was not. I literally
I saw
thought this
6-year-olds
was-
coming out of that movie.
That's insane. There is no way.
Like, this is
No,
just
'cause it
so
was-
embarrassing.
The day that I went and saw Batman versus Superman, Deadpool was playing in a theater next to me. I walked out of BVS. I looked over next to me. There was like 6, 7-year-olds coming out of Deadpool. I just looked at the parents. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
No.
Like, you know, I normally don't know. I don't tell people how to parent. You know, I don't have kids of my own. I know it's not my place, but why would you do that?
Yeah.
exactly
That is not the movie.
Naruto. It's okay to be 35. Man.
Hey.
Omni makes it cool to be 35. Apparently, it makes it cool. Well, okay. I guess. Okay. Are you going gray in your hair or no? Is it still good?
I have like 2 or 3.
Oh, it's yeah. You in the light, you can tell the gray is coming. My dad's.
I
Hey,
have
welcome back,
surprisingly had very few gray hairs yet.
You're cool.
You're hardcore, Canada.
Well, I turned 50 this summer, and like I've had a few around the side once in a while, but they are not like a regular permanent thing. But I've had like none in like my primary hair yet.
So you,
I got some on my chin.
Like, they show up and then they just disappear. I'm like, I don't see them ever again.
Yeah.
I agree with that comment down there. Gray hair is better than no hair.
That's true. Yeah, like, I gotta think my dad has good head of hair, so I'll be fine with that. It's just that in probably 2 to 3 years, maybe hopefully a little longer, I can keep some of my brown. But no, it's not because like literally the way my bathroom is set up is that the lights
stop
are like
showing
hanging.
off Omni.
The lights.
Please stop showing off.
The background.
No,
I was
his
like,
hair.
Oh no, that's not what I was doing. I was like, there was something I wanted to say, and like when I do that, I'm like,
yeah.
maybe
I just thought he was
something
showing
back
off the
here.
background.
Well, it's
But
like
I was like, I'll
What
like
were you saying, Jordan?
turn around and like maybe something back here will remind me of what I was.
oh, what you were gonna say? Yeah, it's like
Dude, I love
the lights are really low, so like I was like fixing my hair because I had an interview today because my cowlick was messing up my hair. I'm like, I gotta get this thing down. I like stopped and just stared at myself. I'm like, I know my hair is brown, but that light is clearly showing the gray that's in there. I'm like, oh my God. And then every single time I get my haircut, which I'm getting my haircut this Saturday, every single time, last couple times, I look down and just see all that gray and the brown mix. And I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah. And then it doesn't make it any better whenever the person cutting your hair has to point out the gray and then make you feel even worse.
Yeah,
about
she
it.
doesn't. She doesn't point it out, but you can tell she's like. After I'm like, oh, that's some gray. She's like, yeah, because she can actually see how much is in there.
It's
Like,
actually
God.
kind of funny that I have like multicolored. So
Oh, I will.
eventually I will
Yeah.
have like
yeah,
gray, but I'm basically red, brown, and blonde,
there you go. You're
Yeah.
everything. I got some. I got some.
So does
I
that
got
mean
some-
you're-
and then
Does
black.
that mean you have Neapolitan hair?
Yes, I have some. I have some red in my beard that kind of shows it sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna own whatever look because I'm not gonna be someone who dyes their hair.
Salt pepper look.
Yeah,
Okay.
35 and halfway bald.
baby.
Oh, I'm sorry, Naruto.
God.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
So I have a funny story actually. I don't know how long ago this was, but back before I knew how to use a gas grill properly,
Oh God.
I tried. So I was out there with my granddad, and we were putting steaks on a gas grill. So you know how they have that little hole in the bottom where you put the lighter in to get it going. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
gas grills like that. Well, I was putting it in there to get it lit up. Don't ask me why I did this, but for whatever dumb reason, my dumb teenage self just peered over the thing as I was trying to light it. It just goes up, blows up in my face, and then
Good.
half my beard and mustache are gone.
Damn.
I'll be right back.
And yeah, like you could see the singe for like the next 3 days.
at least you didn't end up looking like Two-Face.
That's,
no,
true.
That's true.
Go for hair medication. Go for it. Yeah, might as well.
What's funny is my brother, my adopted brother, because I'm literally adopted, so you know. Anyways, so he goes into the ocean when he was young and gets stung by a freaking jellyfish and can't grow for the longest time.
Damn.
that side of his face.
Oh,
Like the hair just wouldn't grow. No.
That's
Wouldn't
crazy.
grow for the longest time. Eventually, he like it healed, but it took like 20 years.
damn. So what I gotta do is get like stung on the chin by a jellyfish because I hate this. I hate.
So was it just growing on one side for the longest time?
It was like lopsided. It was like it was growing here, but there's like patch, like you can see
Damn.
the skin. So yeah.
Oh.
So,
That's crazy.
So you hate the little chin thing.
Well, because I've never grown anything along the side, and it's just here, and it just. I mean, it looks terrible first of all, and then second of all, I just don't like facial hair, and I don't know if that's because I'm not used to facial hair.
You're talking to the wrong
sorry.
No, I mean on me. I mean, you can have all the facial hair. You can be Santa Claus if you like.
I will. Thank you.
I don't like the feel of it. Like, I don't like any of this. Like, if I could get rid of it permanently, I would. I've Googled, is there a way to like stop your hair from growing?
Laser.
But it would also affect this hair from growing if I did.
Yeah, because now see, my dad, he whenever he was growing facial hair, his was weird because he would try to let it grow out into a full beard, but he just couldn't get to that point. So he would always have the Joe Dirt hair. It would get to a certain point, and then it would just stop, no matter how long you let it go. So both me and my granddad were able to grow full-on beards, but my dad never could.
Jesus.
Which is ironic because out of all three of us, at one point my dad had the longest hair. Like my hair's never been long. Like it's always been like the same height it is now. Obviously, I know I'm wearing a hat right now, but it's never been long. When my dad was younger, he had like long, like it was like long blonde Goldilocks hair.
Yeah, I used to have long hair back in the day down to my shoulders. That was cool. But then, that didn't last long.
Back when you were like trying to shake your head like Metallica guy?
Yeah, I was like,
and then now I'm just imagining you wearing a blonde wig and headbang.
You told me Miss Omni1Media, he just like shook his head.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
I tried to grow my hair out. It didn't work out too well.
I just haven't felt like setting up any appointments. That's all this is.
And my hair just like migrates down south.
Yeah, my hair never really gets long. It just gets more and more thick.
Just like Florida.
This is the guy with the ultimate beard right here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Diggle Claws.
Did you see a show?
What am I looking at?
That's Diggle is Diggle Claws.
That's the character I made.
Show the picture I made.
Diggle in there.
Oh, show the other ones I sent you. If you
especially the one I sent you.
Oh yeah, I know what that one is. I think.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to be bringing back all the.
There's so many Diggle things.
Welcome to our Flashback Thursdays.
Canadagraphs is 50 years old, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's an old man, yes.
Back in my day.
I like the way you said it.
We were in the good old days.
Back in my day.
We didn't have the internet to watch TV shows on. We had to sit in front of the TV on a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock and hope that it's not preempted by a football game.
And like I didn't have like these emails and text messages that told us school was out. We had to wake up at 6 a.m. and watch for that little red line to go across the screen.
Watch on the news. You guys know. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we didn't have remote controls. We had a finger and a touch.
Yeah.
I was the remote control. My mom got me to go change the channel.
Yeah, I was the manual remote control. Yeah. So I made this.
Oh my God!
It's super Diggle.
Or is it Diggle Man?
Diggle Man.
Justice you.
We literally had like a 30-minute discussion about Diggle.
Yeah. And this man over here started crying because we were laughing so hard.
I was laughing so fucking hard.
Oh my God.
And then was it in that stream where my power flashed and there were two of me?
Yeah, that was it.
So this is while we were doing this whole Diggle conversation for like an hour, Darren, who was here, made this great fucking meme here because we were talking about Diggle an hour straight. This is what he made.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes. Yeah.
That was like the cherry on top.
It was the funniest fucking thing ever. Because we're sitting there and we just keep referencing and people keep bringing up Diggle. So literally Darren sends me that and I start bursting laughing and I'm like, oh my God. And I shared it. I'm like, this is the greatest thing to come out of this. Is everywhere I go, I see his face. Do I have a picture of myself with long hair? I don't know if I do. Oh, maybe I do. Hold on. Oh boy.
You're probably like wondering. You're like, oh boy, do I?
Back in his day, they didn't have cameras to take photos.
Back in my day.
Yeah. This thing called Facebook didn't exist.
An oil painting, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those like old timey like Western photos, like where they're fucking posed.
The Mona chainsaw.
The doc's alive.
the Mona chainsaw. Jesus.
I really feel so old now, even at work. I'm not that old. Like I'm 25. Like I just turned 25. So I'm not like that old, but I work with kids now. And the part they don't even know what a CD is anymore. That I have to.
Oh God!
Be serious. Please tell me you're joking.
Bad.
I'm not surprised to hear that because everything they've ever known is on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've never known even like desktop computers are kind of foreign to some of them.
Yeah.
Like.
So I just want to challenge you to do this. So do you are you like a teacher or something?
I do like aftercare and before care for.
So bring a rotary phone to that place one day and see how many of them can tell you what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
I know how to use that.
Me too. My grandparents
are you guys
when I was growing up.
I don't think you guys are ready for this. Here we go. And
Oh.
also fair warning, there is no beard too.
So how long ago was this?
Boom.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
That was 2009 when I uploaded that photo, yeah.
Oh my God.
And that is my great grandmother's house.
It's white Cisco.
Wow.
Literally white Cisco. Damn it. The photos. I'm looking at these photos. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Dude, that is like my entire like high school to early college days. Anytime I go through those photos.
Okay. Here's me with a fucking just like a mustache, like kind of long hair back when I was wearing my fucking hat. Look at that shit.
Oh,
yeah.
That didn't even look like you.
That literally looks like Omni.
Fuck, that's funny.
I was gonna say Vince Gilligan, but okay.
That was not right.
That was funny.
Oh,
yeah, and then pretty much I've had the same consistent look over like the last 8 or 9, 10 years is pretty much the beard and shorter hair. Yeah. God, that was a weird time.
My pictures like that were bad. Like I was in the middle of like the UWU XD like era, so mine are
oh my God.
Like
what era? I'm sorry.
The UWU XD like.
Oh yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. The stuff I see that comes up on my Facebook from when I was because we didn't have Twitter. We didn't have whatever. We played Club Penguin and we went on Facebook and we talked. It's like the stuff that comes up on there that I wrote even.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so
You guys remember MySpace?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I'm glad I can't get on my MySpace. There's some really weird shit on there.
So I don't know if you guys use this or not, but there was a thing that I used to be part of when I was younger called so it was a Nintendo forum. It was called Insider, and
I remember Insider.
Yeah. So some of the stuff that I wrote on there, like I don't even remember writing it at the time, but I go back and read it. It's like, okay, I clearly did this when I was, very young, and it just makes you a little bit uncomfortable to look at some of that stuff.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh my God.
The Metallica show.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, this fucking guy. Look, this fucking guy right here.
Yeah, that was cool though. And by the way, this was after we had to sit through the abomination that was Cage the Elephant.
Oh God, they were terrible.
That was so
bad.
Because the two bands that were opening that show, I had admittedly never heard of either of them. It was Greta Van Fleet and Cage the Elephant. I saw Greta Van Fleet, and I'm like, okay, these guys are pretty good. Then gets to Cage the Elephant, and not only are the songs just not that good, but the lead, I don't know his name, but towards the end, you can tell that the people are trying to signal him like, "Hey, it's time to go. Like it's time to be done." And he keeps trying to do this. He keeps trying to do this stupid stunt where he tries to jump backwards onto the edge of the stage, and he keeps failing at it.
He can't get back on the stage. They had to get someone to help him.
And to try and cover, not only did he like keep taking off different clothing items, like he took off his shirt at one point.
He's just getting naked.
But in order to try and save face when he kept failing the jump, he would fail, look back at the audience and go, "I love you guys."
Like I think something was wrong with him. I just love this. I got my wife came up with this idea. Like she's not into Star Wars. She's like, I will do it for the wedding. I'm like, thank you, honey. I love that. I love that. That's so cool.
That's cool, though. Yeah,
that's love.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's looking at me like I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's why she's got the red one.
It's really funny that she's the Sith.
She's Sith.
Yeah, she's literally the Anakin Skywalker in the situation. I want to freaking murder you. Oh my
god! Does anyone know exactly like full on all Star Wars lore? By the way, I just have a small question about Anakin.
I don't think anybody knows everything, but
I don't think anyone knows everything, but I might know what you're asking.
I noticed on Ahsoka too, and also in episode 3 that his eyes changed.
Sith eyes. Sith eyes.
Yeah,
Sith eyes.
Like
because that turning when he turned to face Ahsoka, that's literally exactly what happened when he fought Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Sith eyes. Yeah, I mean, in Revenge of the Sith, they even have a close up of his eyes too.
I thought it was something like
when
he was born with, like he can just.
Oh, did you also notice too? Ahsoka had the Sith eyes for a second.
Whenever you saw the lightsaber glow, her eyes were orange. Yeah,
I think the glow could have been reflecting, but yeah,
because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, she had the Sith eyes for a second. Like, there's a whole like
glow.
I'm pretty sure it's just the glow, but like I can see how people are seeing it that way. Like. But
because she had a choice to make at that moment.
It's such a brief moment. I just don't. I don't know.
I don't.
The only thing that didn't make sense to me is if Ahsoka is after, is after that time, but then you see in the reshoot, I guess if you want to call it, of Return of the Jedi, where he's in a Jedi Master's robe. I think we were talking about this earlier. And then when you see him again in Ahsoka, he's in his Revenge of the Sith attire.
Yeah, so, it's pretty much just setting up that she's gonna have to fight Vader. Well,
yeah,
Vader. Maybe that is Vader, like before the suit. So that's what it was.
Yeah, because they've even in when he appears in some of the later books, from what I remember, they've kind of went back and made him the one more like the one that we've seen before.
Yeah.
So I think when they put Hayden Christensen in Sebastian Shaw's spot in Return of the Jedi, they just kept the attire the same because that's what they had him in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
every time since then, he's just been in Anakin's robes in other depictions. So I think that's just a half retcon.
Well, it's also interesting because his appearance in Ahsoka, and he's rumored to appear in more episodes somehow. That this might be a better appearance than him and Obi-Wan as returning as Vader. Like it's kind of crazy how that's working.
When you can clearly tell that it's a 40-year-old Hayden Christensen.
Well, not even that. It's just like how they're using Anakin.
Yeah.
Because I thought there'd be more Anakin in the episode, but the fact like he's actually being really useful, and they're actually using him, and we're actually seeing his face. Versus in Obi-Wan, it's just that one quick little scene, and it's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're literally at 2 minutes away from hitting the BVS Ultimate Cut or Avengers Endgame 3-hour runtime. If they were going to call it then, at 3 hours.
So I won't snap this time.
Don't snap
because the second I snapped last time, this man froze.
Yeah, my internet fucked up.
Yeah, right as soon as I did that, he froze.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, Canada.
I can't make it happen.
Canada's Bully Maguire snapping right now.
Yeah, Bully Maguire just. Oh yeah, now he's dancing, right? He's on down the fucking sidewalk. Well, we brought that before. Like when he was shooting that scene, did they actually have music playing, or did he was just dancing to nothing?
I hope
they probably had music playing.
Well, they've shown videos where he's just doing that with street audio down there.
I mean, yeah. Well, people go and edit it like where he's like stepping. Yeah, those. It's so weird when people like add like dance scenes. They take everything away when they add like the tapping of their shoes. It's like this is awkward because that's pretty much how they shot it. Maybe I don't know.
So yeah, usually when they're doing like a dancing scene for something, there will be music there so that they have a beat to try and keep to, but then they take out all of the audio from that and then
Yeah,
just
like
like
they can
dub
filter
it
it
over
out.
with, yeah. That way you don't have like cars honking in the background and stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah.
So they literally will film it with the actual music and then take it all out and then add it in post with that sound like overlaid on it.
Yep.
I heard sometimes they actually don't actually have the music that they're going to be putting in it, so they're dancing to something else entirely.
Yeah.
That might happen with some things, but I mean, for most things, you kind of need it to fit the beat of whatever the moves are you're doing, right? So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
That's what directing's for. You know, the director goes like, beat to something like this.
Yeah, like something like this sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat to like what's
3.
Boom. 3 hours. We hit 3 hours.
Yeah.
Holy
You did it off
crap.
camera, so it doesn't count.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it was over here. Yeah, I snapped everything else out of existence.
Oh, did anyone tell Chainsaw he hasn't been recording this whole time?
Can you imagine? We've been sitting here on. Are you ready to start now? Yeah.
I didn't check his channel and it's not there. I don't know what's going on.
It's funny because there's been times where I go to film a video and then I look over and go, I'm not and we're trying to get an intro recorded. I'm like, I don't have, it's not fucking recording.
It's like you can't fake those reactions again.
Well, yeah. Well, thankfully, a lot of times I catch it when it's just the intro. It's not actually the video. That would suck ass.
You know what my favorite thing is when I go to record a CW show is because CW is not a channel here. Like it's like Pix 11 News, and then there's a 2-hour slot for CW shows, like Monday to Friday, and that's it. So there's no replays. You can't do anything else. So then you go on. You're like, okay, ready to start. 8:59, whatever, and then there's a Yankees game on or something.
Yeah,
I've gotten
drove me nuts back in the day.
Now it's 9:07. I missed the entire plot line, and I'm trying to record the episode.
Yeah, that has happened to me in terms of like Superman and Lois or Flash baseballs, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's dumb.
You can't just I'll wait for the replay. There, you're done. That's it.
Nope.
So this is the oldest photo.
You gotta wait till midnight when it goes up on CW app and have to watch it there.
They don't even post it at midnight anymore.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. They wait till like 3 a.m., isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
this is,
what is this?
This is the oldest photo of me.
Oh my god.
I think it's midnight their time.
Wow.
I was 3.
What are you holding?
That makes sense.
Spider-Man.
It makes sense for your 3W.
Oh.
Spider-Man
helmet.
Oh, okay. It's a bicycle helmet.
It took him a moment. He's like, a helmet. Helmet.
Do you still need to wear it?
No, actually. I stopped wearing helmets, and that was the adult stupidness.
Oh my fucking god, that was hilarious.
My jokes were bad.
That was almost as bad as Andy's fucking Canada's comment about. Oh my god,
that was almost as bad as that comment about Lance.
That was fucking barbaric. That was amazing. I love that. All right, we're gonna end on that note, everybody. Thank you to everybody who was here. Thank you to Mike who was here earlier, of course. Jake, 3W Canada, Katie, Omni. We're going to go through the list. Jake, where can people find you?
So you can find me on YouTube at As My Name Appears, Joypad Jake. Twitter, again, As My Name Appears. Twitch, again, As My Name Appears. Whenever I stream on there, it'll get notified. Those are the only ones I'm using right now. Also, I'm going to try to start doing things on TikTok. I just I'm going to see if I can make that into a thing. It's going to be at Joypad Jake and then 5-1, and then those are all of my links. 3Dub, your turn.
Yes.
So on YouTube, you can find me here, but on Twitter,
wait, the other way. The other way.
Right there. Let me do the other thing. Settings.
What are you doing?
Here.
I think he's adding stuff. Oh, he's adding.
Oh.
So on that right there. You can find me on YouTube. And then you can find me on Twitter at official3WP.
Yeah.
And Xbox, well, not Xbox, because that's crap. PS4.
You three better knock it out.
Oh my god. Canada, where can people find you?
You can find me on the internet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Sometimes in person if you're in line at a restaurant. I'm occasionally walking around on the street.
What?
If you're at a film set, there's a chance I'm there, but nothing's filming right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and also probably almost anywhere else under the name Canadagraphs.
And they can find you in the bayou too.
They find you in the bayou.
Lie detector test. Beep 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 beep.
Katie, where can people find you?
Well, my very almost inactive YouTube is CanaryKatie. We'll see if I can start doing full episodes of TV shows.
There you go.
If I find
Like the X-Files.
Of course.
Bravo.
I knew it. I knew it.
When I rewatched Teen Wolf for the sixth
Omni had to
time-
throw in one more X-Files crack, so. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
I want to leave.
And then Twitter is the same, but I also kind of fell off the face of the earth on that. So if you want to see my K-pop cringe, that's oh so precious. That's OHSEO precious. That's my K-pop cringe account.
Okay.
Omni, go ahead.
Okay.
Omni.
Good.
This one right here at everything.
Got it on the first crack. That is a professional over there.
He had plenty of time to prepare for that.
Over there.
Yeah, I was like,
that's pro.
I was watching like which arm was moving while you all were screwing it up the whole
He was like-
time,
he
and I
was
was
like,
like
Practicing in his
practicing.
head, yeah.
I was
Also,
like,
You know what's funny is when Three Debs was doing his, I was moving my head to see which direction it was, and under the
Yes.
screen I was moving my arms, and I still kind of almost got it wrong.
Yeah, I was
I had
like,
a feeling he was
I was
going
like,
to
I'm getting this right first try.
I had a feeling he was going to call me first, so I just like slowly raised my hand into the camera to make sure I'm pointing the right way. So, Jordan, where can they find you?
Oh, Omni, did you plug your thing? Did you actually? Okay, everything there, right? Everything Omni Media.
Literally everything.
Everything
is this.
You can find me here.
Nice.
Yeah, you're already here if you're watching this. You're already here. You're already at
What
the
if they
destination.
find this pirated on a pirated site later?
Well, then you can find me at Reacts of the Chainsaw. That's where I'm going to be at.
Do you have like a cameo or something they can
Make sure to
find
get
you
your
at?
cameos.
Yeah, Chainsaw Reacts
Yep.
cameo. Buy a cameo.
So
Buy
when
me
are
a
we
cameo.
Yeah.
$1.
From the Netflix star.
Netflix star.
Hey,
Damn it, I'm doing it again.
Jesus.
You're
Anyways,
getting your OnlyFans.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
remember,
At least that
use
one-
your left- use
That
your
one was
left
easy for me
hand.
because I only had to point up this time.
Yeah.
You're probably
Use
down
your
with it.
left hand. That's always this way.
Yes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for watching Council of Creators' first episode, and we will see you guys later. I know the links will be in the description. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.